Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
It is the takeover here for the next 4 hours. You got Drapes and Jay holding it down on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140. Our guy, Kevin Whitey Gleason. Man, I was hoping he would be in here. I walked in. I saw this Jay sitting right here. I saw the box score saying, I'm like, hold up here. Is Whitey in the building? Nah, they just left it here for Drapes. And I'm going to refer to the box score over the next 4 hours because there were some stats put up by our Sacramento Kings that just jump off the page. Whitey's still out today. He's out sick. Hopefully he feels better soon and is back tomorrow. But, Jay, so much to get into. Let me set the game plan. Here's what's coming up. We're going to have our insider himself, Brendan Nunez, join us coming up at 3:30. Talk about our Sacramento Kings and that big win last night over the Memphis Grizzlies. Then at 5 o'clock, Dan Bonner, CBS Sports college basketball analyst, will be joining us as the NCAA tournament gets underway today with the first four. I'll tell you exactly why there is no buzz surrounding this college basketball tournament. We'll get into that. But first, Jay, we got the good and the ugly. I'm not even going to call it bad because I didn't think there was anything bad last night regarding us, our Sacramento Kings, a 132-122 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. But there was something ugly, and I'm talking about the Domantas Sabonis injury. Not just one injury, two injuries for Domas. Dude got hit in the upper left eyebrow, had to go get some stitches, comes back in, and then in the third quarter rolls the right ankle. It was an ugly play. We'll talk about that right now. But Kings fans, I know you woke up today feeling a little bit better. And if you didn't, you got some issues in your life because that was a hell of a win last night by our team. And as I was walking into the station, Jay, I was talking to people and I said, that win last night, I felt like pretty much everybody who played contributed in some way, shape, or form. You know, Domas obviously only played 12 minutes, injury situation, but he still had 4 assists. He was well on his way to another double-double out there, maybe even a triple-double. But whether it was DeRozan, whether it was Keegan, Zach, Malik, JV, Keon, Laravia, even our young rookie Devin Carter, I felt like last night, and we'll hear from Doug Christie coming up in just a minute, last night was Kings basketball. You were out there, Jay. It was a movie out there. It was a vibe out there last night.
Yeah, what's super interesting, Drapes, is yesterday I thought you came in a little negative. I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm just going to call it like I see it, big time. I thought you came in a little negative. And I understand when you have the weekend, you stew on it. And on top of that, you took the L in the softball game. On top of that, some things didn't go your way over the weekend. So I see everything. It was like a pot of gumbo yesterday. Everything was put in one pot, and you brought it out yesterday on there. Today, I'm liking your vibes. I'm feeling it. And I say that because last night on a Monday night at the G1C, when you need a win, the fans showed up, the team showed out, and they got the W. So, it's full circle. I know yesterday we didn't start off on the best foot. Today, I see the smile, the Drake smile. I see your shoulders are stretched back. You know what I mean? You must have hit the chiropractor. So I'm feeling that, and I appreciate the good vibes today, and it was a great win yesterday. Shouts out to the fans for showing up and showing out last night, too.
And speaking of the fans, you're right. I was worried about the fans, and that's something we talked about during the show yesterday. How would they respond? The team losing 4 straight. Looked like, the season was in peril. 3 straight losses where you just got blown out, the brakes beat out of you. I even thought the crowd comparative was a little late arriving a little bit when I was there. And I was like, ooh, they're not showing up.
It was raining, man.
It was raining. Exactly.
That's what I heard.
That's what I'm blaming it on the rain, right? Blaming it on the rain, right? And that's what. But once that game got underway, everything changed, man. And I got to give the players a lot of credit. We're going to talk about the bench guys coming up in a minute. Jake LaRavia, why he may be the key for your Sacramento Kings. I'll dive into that coming up in just a little bit. But I felt like even the starters came out with the proper mindset, the right attitude, and then the bench just took it to an entirely different level. And as I'm driving in, I'm thinking, if anybody got a problem with this win last night, they got some issues, because some people say, no Ja Morant.
You know what's coming.
No
man.
Santi Aldama.
You know what's coming.
Like, this is the NBA, Jay. We just saw it. Denver last night just beat Golden State without a Jokic, without no Jamal Murray, no Christian Brown. Like, anybody can be beat on any given night. We saw Denver just lose to Washington a few days ago.
Correct.
A win is a win is a win. Every win is a good win for the Sacramento Kings right now. And so I thought last night, and sure, they gave up 122 points, but they set the tone early, which was something different than what we've seen the previous 3 games. Previous 3 games, we were down double figures after the first quarter. This time, we were up double figures after the first quarter. And I feel like Doug Christie's message got through to the guys. And here's the thing, and I said it yesterday, Doug has said it in the past. We know you can do it, Sacramento Kings. We know you can put up the fight, the effort, the diving for the loose balls, the getting steals. You showed it to us again yesterday. So when Cleveland comes in town tomorrow, Jay, you may win, you may lose, but the effort has to be the same tomorrow for our Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I think it's got to be every single night too, Drapes. That's something that you and Whitey and everybody around here in Sacramento has touched on. That's something that some of our insiders, friends of the shows, our superheroes that I like to call, who come on, national analysts, reporters, insiders who come on to the show and talk about. The one thing the Kings lack is intensity sometimes, aggressiveness. And how many times have we talked about it this season? And I like to say this, before De'Aaron Fox, so BDF, and after different De'Aaron Fox, so ADF. How many times the starters have got out to a not so great start, right? And so last night, I 100% agree with you. I think the fellas came out with intensity, aggressiveness. I think they came out and set the tone. I know we'll play it. Coach Christie talked about physicality. That's something that's, for whatever reason, in the Sacramento Kings conundrum of what's going on with this team, we've been hearing physicality be an adverb over the last 2.5, 3 years since Coach Brown has been here. And now that Coach Christie is here. And I just thought they executed everything they needed to do in the beginning of the game.
No, 100%. And, I understand, the strength of schedule is what it is. The Kings, the 5th most difficult strength of schedule going forward. But I'm looking at the standings, Jay, and maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a homer. Maybe I'm a purple team.
All of that.
Teamer.
All of that.
And that's okay.
That's right.
But as of now, we're 3.5 behind the Clippers. Really 4.5 because of the tiebreaker. But you still got one more against the Clippers. Still, one more head-to-head. And also, You know who has a more difficult schedule than the Sacramento Kings?
Who you got?
The Los Angeles Clippers.
Right.
They got the third most difficult schedule in the NBA. They still have Cleveland twice. And so my thinking is when we look at this tankathon.com remaining schedule strength site that I'm on, Sacramento has the fifth most difficult schedule. But after tomorrow, after you get Cleveland, one of the Cleveland games out of the way, then maybe it's the 10th toughest schedule, the 8th toughest schedule. And when I look at this 7-game homestand, and I'm going to dive into it a little bit later, I'm of the belief, I don't care if it's Boston, I don't care if it's OKC, I don't care if it's Milwaukee, I need a winning homestand. I need a 4-3 record at the worst regarding this homestand.
You're asking a lot from the Sacramento Kings team, who hasn't been the best at home for the longest. I don't know. We can go back season upon season upon season. Since you've been here, this is your fifth year?
Fifth season.
Fifth season. Have the Kings dominated at home in your estimation? We know the numbers. We know they haven't. Right. But I'm saying, has there been a time in your mind, even on the 4-3 homestand, where you're like, you know what? That was domination.
Why are you doing that right
Well,
now?
I'm just asking you.
Doing that?
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be positive.
No, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think. It's been a while.
Right.
I can't. But here's what I'm saying, though. You have Portland on this homestand. You have Chicago on this homestand. Two teams you are better than. Let's just call it what it is, Kings fans. We are better than those other teams. You already got one win. So that's at minimum of 3 wins. All I'm doing is asking, go beat one of the big boys. Go beat a Cleveland. Go beat a Milwaukee. Go beat a Boston. Go beat a OKC. Give me one of those. I don't think that's too much because you at the crib, Jay. If we couldn't do it, why the hell play the season? You play the games and see where the chips. Why can't this team beat a Boston, which they did in Boston?
Right.
Why can't they beat Cleveland? We've seen Cleveland
on a back-to-back.
On a back-to-back. Second night of a back-to-back.
Come on now.
Cleveland playing tonight. Who they play tonight,
the
Jay?
Clip shout.
Exactly.
The Clip
play. So the Clippers going to give them all they can handle. Donovan Mitchell about to play 40 minutes and then got to fly up here. So why can't they? I know it's asking a lot, but we're talking so much in this town about the damn strength of schedule. I don't care about the strength of schedule. Handle your business, and we saw it last night. You get that win, I'm looking at minimum a 4-3 homestand for our Sacramento Kings. We'll talk about that. We'll get your phone calls, 916-339-1140. I am just getting started. We're going to talk about the Domantas Sabonis injury, plus Drape's Takes is coming up next here on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Live and local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Back here with Drapes and Jay. It's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Kings coming off a very impressive win. Some might say their best win of the Doug Christie era, 132-122 over the Memphis Grizzlies, a game in which Jaren Jackson Jr., who's an all-star, was a non-factor. He was a glorified role player, 12 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 personal fouls in 31 minutes. He was a cone out there. He was a turnstile, non-factor. And that's what our Sacramento Kings did to the Grizzlies last night. On the 916, somebody asked, how do they hold on to that defensive intensity? Because if they can beat anyone. I think that's Rancho Mike. I think it was who texted that in. That's the thing, Jay. How do you hold on to that? And I understand it's going to be, some ups and some downs. But here you are on March 18th of this NBA season. If this was December, January, I'd be like, yeah, that's tough, man. It's the dog days of the season. You know what I mean? It's hard to stay up. But the playoffs pretty much have begun.
Oh, yeah.
Teams are positioning themselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how do they come with that mindset every single night?
I would hope that it's organic. It's natural. It's something that's already built in you, Drapes. And I know I'm asking for something that probably isn't in this team at the moment. I think Coach Christie continues to search for that, continues to ask for that. I think he continues to mention that every press conference that we get an opportunity to hear from him. I don't really have that answer because I think it's really in you and doesn't need to be brought out of you all the time. I think sometimes it needs to be brought out of you, but you need to keep that intensity every single game, especially when you're fighting for your play-in, not even playoff, but your play-in life for the Sacramento Kings. Unfortunately, I just think it's got to happen. You just got to know.
Yeah.
Right now with 15 games to go, you shouldn't really have to tell anybody in the league. It's go time.
It's go time.
It's a race to the finish line.
Jay, you were a highly trained athlete.
At one point in time.
At one point, I played high school basketball, and I know these guys too. To get myself hyped during the game, and I'm going back, I used to play some Public Enemy, Shut Them Down, back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be in the locker room with my Walkman, my cassette player, and I'd be playing that, getting hyped up. That was what I used to get me hyped.
Same.
I'm sure, you had something you played, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, man. It definitely was. I came up in the hyphy movement, here in Northern California, Bay Area. And so, it had to be the, 3 times crazy to keep the sneaks, the Sebos, the brother Lynches. Like, it had to be something that had a hard baseline. Yeah, absolutely. That was for sure. You know what got me real quick is when people play like classical or people play soothing jazz. I played with a bunch of players. That was kind of their end.
That's got them locked in.
Absolutely. Yeah, it allowed them to focus. Yeah. But for me, we had to jump around, the type of thing. But I played with a lot of players. It was, smooth sounds.
Right.
Kenny G.
Yes.
Boney James.
But that's the point. Whatever it takes you to get to that level,
I'm for all of it.
You got to do it. And so when they ask, how do they hold on to that? To Jay's point, it's on the individual arriving to the arena with the right mindset, warming up with the right mindset. How many times have we heard the story from Udonis Haslem of LeBron James in Game 6 in Boston back in 2012? LeBron was on a mission from the time they hopped on the bus to the time that he just looked different.
So they didn't even smile.
Didn't even smile, right? Just went about his business. That's what our guys got to do. And so it's not on the coaches. It's not on the fans. As much as we cheer on our squad, the individuals got to come with the right mindset, too. And I thought they did that last night. Jay, let's get to Drape's takes right now, man. Because I got a lot to get to.
Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Arguably the best win in the Doug Christie era because it was a much-needed win. You had to have that game last night. I understand the Memphis Grizzlies are higher than you in the standings. But come on now, we already beat them earlier this season. Remember, we whooped up on them earlier this season under Doug Christie. They were without John Morant. So there was no way, no how the Kings could lose that game. Let me give some flowers out. First of all, I'm going to start with my guy, Malik Monk. Malik Monk been taking some shots, Jay.
He definitely has.
Social media, radio, wherever. Malik Monk has been taking some shots, and he came out and played extremely well. Don't look at the box score, the 28 points to 7 assists. What I saw from Malik for the most part, was a much more under control, patient basketball player. He wasn't out there like a chicken with his head cut off. He wasn't trying to do too much. He wasn't over penetrating. He ran the offense, got other guys involved. And we heard Zach LaVine talk about it yesterday after the game. He said, Malik Monk is damn good. If we get that Malik Monk every night, we're going to be tough to beat. And I agree. I thought Malik was fantastic. He answered the critics. He set the tone. He elevated his game, Jay, last night.
Oh, absolutely. King of the Kings, as Whitey likes to call him. I think he definitely set the tone. The one thing that I love about Malik, and I've said this since he's been here, Drapes, is he passes people open. He doesn't need anyone else but himself to get someone else open. A lot of times, and that kind of comes more traditional point guard style versus some of the point guards that we see now. Yeah. And I think Malik just on a daily night is still trying to figure out his position on his team. And I say that in the form of this: when to shoot versus when to pass.
Right.
When to pass first, when to take that shot late in the the shot clock. So I just think Malik at this point is still trying to figure it out, as is a lot of this team. But the one thing about Malik, he going to get his when he need to get his.
Right, exactly.
100%.
And I thought he was phenomenal last night. Huge reason why the Kings won that game, setting the tone early. My next take has to do with DeMar DeRozan, another guy that's been taking some shots lately. I don't know if you saw it, Jay, or if the people at home saw it. We can look at DeMar's numbers, 22 points, 7 of 19. But the dude shot 3 of 10 in the first half.
Yeah.
Looked out of sorts a little bit. Some people are like, DeMar, pass the ball, get him out the game. But he had a stretch late. Bang, 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 hit the triples. Like, that dude closed the door on the Memphis Grizzlies. And I thought, and we may have to get Doug to confirm this, I haven't reached out to him today, but I thought there was a stretch in that fourth quarter. DeMar was on the bench. He came getting ready to check in, walked over to Doug Christie. This is when Jake was cooking, Zach was playing well, and Malik was playing well. He was about to check in for maybe Malik Monk. He said something to Doug and then went back and sat down. To me, and this is something Doug talked about post-game, players sacrificing for one another. To me, that's the leadership. Malik had it rocking. Jake had it rocking. DeMar's like, you know what, coach? Let them rock for a while. Went back with the same unit for a couple of minutes, then he checked in for Zach LaVine. That's the kind of selfishness or selflessness, if you will, that this team needs. DeMar, he scored all the points in the world. He's trying to win basketball games, ladies and gentlemen. And he said, these dudes are rocking. I'm going to let them keep rocking. I thought that was huge last night.
No, spot on. And that's just a veteran. That's a 6-time All-Star doing his thing and having conversation. One of the things, Trace, do you watch YouTube at all?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
There's a phenomenon, right?
Okay.
Pop the balloon. Have you seen this thing right now? Okay. Pop the balloon is this big phenomenon, social experiment where it's like a dating situation. They bring out men and women. They have a line of the other sex more times, other gender more times than not. And you come down as the participant and you come out and literally there's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 participants and they pop the balloon if they like you. It goes off physical. There's other questions, all that type of stuff, right? I say that to say this. DeMar is perfect when it comes to who you're really looking for in a basketball player. Okay. And I say that in the form of pop balloon. You come out more times than not, you're just going off of physical looks, physical attributes. Now, as you move forward, they have questions, they talk about it, and they try to decipher who's the best match. Sometimes there's a match, a lot of times there's not, right? With DeMar, how could you not match with DeMar?
Right.
How could the Sacramento Kings not match with DeMar's presence? I remember going back again. I take it back to the summertime. I was on a cruise, and I remember he signed on or whatever the case may be. And I remember catching a text from you, and he was like, man, this dude came through, and at the California Classic, he shut the arena down.
Yes.
We talked about LeBron shutting it down yesterday. DeMar did it yesterday as well. I mean, DeMar did it in the summertime. This dude is perfect for the way the Kings play basketball and really the way the NBA is operating. I know he doesn't hit the threes that everybody wants to see, but he definitely should have got a couple more foul calls yesterday. He definitely was spot on. He sees it, man. He's just a good communicator, a good basketball player, all around type guy you need on your squad.
Exactly. Shout out to him. And I got to give flowers to the bench. My boy Keon Ellis playing extremely hard, great defense. Jake LaRavia, and we're going to talk about Jake coming up in a second. I thought Jake LaRavia, his energy, his effort, he just took the ball away from Desmond Bane, said, give me that. The swagger that he played with out there. I'm looking at Jake LaRavia's stat line, 12 points, had a couple of steals, 6 fouls. I don't care if he fouled out. Use them damn fouls. You're a bench player. You know what I mean? So if you got a clean sheet and you ain't hacked somebody, what kind of defense is you playing? And so Jake LaRavia, I thought, was fantastic. And I'm going to give some love to the rookie, Devin Carter, as well, Jay. Devin Carter, everybody be like, Drapes, well, he only had 2 points. He missed 4 free throws. Devin Carter had 4 steals.
Yeah, he was a little bit everywhere.
He was everywhere. The Tasmanian devil.
Okay.
Was.
Wait a minute. Is that what you're going with? Or are you still working on this in the workshop?
Dude, you know, I never decide. The people decide, big fella. The people decide. But I thought, Jay, that Devin Carter, and we had him on the postgame show on NBC Sports California, he understood, how am I going to impact this game? It's not chucking up shots. He only took 1 shot. It's doing the little things, and that's exactly what he did. Jay, talk about the bench for me. I got to take off my sweatshirt real quick. I got the Taylor Swift Eras Tour sweatshirt, but it's hot in here. I'm fired up. What did you think about the bench? I'm going to go off and take off my shirt real quick.
Well, the bench played well. And Malik Monk talked about it in his press conference when it came to the second unit, when it said, oh, here we go. See, this is a problem on this show. You know, you try to be your brother's homie, your keeper, your back.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Have your boys back, and then all of a sudden they just disrespect you in all kind of forms and fashion. The second unit ball, though.
Yes.
I thought there was a point, and you just brought it with DeMar DeRozan. They literally applied pressure on what Memphis was doing offensively. Devin, he missed the layup. He missed the layup. Got the steal back, kind of forced the loose ball. They wind up getting the ball back. I think LaRavia scored the 2. So shouts out to the second unit. Now, I don't even know what you got going on. I'm about to turn this music off.
Hey, man, we're going to talk some NFL coming up in a little bit, but it's hot in here. I was like, let me take off the Taylor Swift sweatshirt.
Come on, man.
Just had to deal, grab this out of the laundry.
Where is the I'd rather have the Taylor Swift hoodie, man.
You're going to come in here and turn the heat down, right? Make it cold in here.
Yeah, I'll freeze you out in here.
All right, man.
Explain what you got on for the people who can't see.
Yeah. That's why you should be on the YouTube. I got my Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl championship long sleeve T-shirt. And I got this. I got this from New Orleans. I got this when I landed, hit the ground, boots on the ground, a couple of days after the Super Bowl. Got a nice little deal, $20. My first time wearing it tonight.
Is that now? Let me ask you a question. You know, you go to Hawaii, you come off the plane, they give you free lays. Right. If they give you that free tea,
nah, they got the kiosk set up.
Okay, you actually paid your hard-earned money.
Paid exactly. And if I didn't just have a carry-on, Jay, I would have bought like 6 or 7 of these things. But I only had a carry-on and not enough room to fit it in. But my first time wearing it, I felt like Niners fans, we're far enough removed from the Super Bowl. You're not in your feelings anymore. Everything's good. We're on to the offseason. So I said, let me wear this. Look good, though, right?
No, I don't, man. I got all the love in the world for you. But as soon as you pull them type of antics, man, and it's a cold game out here.
Hey, man, just trying to cool off a little bit. Hey, man, that's Drape Steaks, Shay. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
All right, coming up in just a bit, I want to hear from you guys, 916-339-1140. I want to give more flowers to my boy Jake LaRavia. This guy is turning into a legend. He is turning into a fan favorite. He has the swagger to back it up. And might he be the key to the Kings' success these final 15 games? We got the Drive Guys here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. with AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day. Plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees. With 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. All right, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again, another Drapes commercial for his guys and girls down there at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. But trust me, listen to this. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they'll take care of you. Trust me, they got certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 3.49 APR on select 2021, 22, and 23 models. And take it from me, when you go to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you leave out feeling like you're valued, like they trust you, like they care for you. Matter of fact, it's like they're your family. That's right. So for over 30 years, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has been there for the entire community. And get this, it's not that far away, guys. Just a short drive down I-5, or of course, online anytime at mbfstockton.com. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and tell them Drape sent you.
I feel so alone. I'm embarrassed to talk about it.
How can I help my kid if I can't help myself?
I can't remember when I wasn't stressed.
I don't want you inside.
When you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions, it's okay to get help. You are not alone. CalHope is here for you with free, safe, and confidential mental health resources for youth, young adults, families, and you. Find support now at calhope.org.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
It's your lucky day. During the month of March, Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics are saving you some green by offering $250 off braces or Invisalign. To schedule a consultation, go to kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, where you'll find a location near you.
Flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
Hi, Jay. I'm back here on the drive, guys. Sacktown Sports 1140. You're playing my girl Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer. And I'm trying to figure out, all right, when's a good time to jump in? You know how it is. There's certain points in the song where it makes it I can't find one, Jay. You might be playing this for 2 or 3 minutes, bro.
Well, then let me jump in, because there's any point that I can really do.
You killing me, baby. You can't go wrong with Taylor Swift.
And this the cold part. Kyle is behind me. He's whistling to the song, and he's humming along. And I'm just, man.
Exactly, man. It's a catchy tune. A
I'm
catchy number.
Looking in. I'm just not a Taylor Swift guy.
I understand. Dare to be different. I understand. Back here on the drive, guys, 916-339-1140. Looking at the YouTube chat, people like the Tasmanian Devil nickname for Devin Carter.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
I'm on the call tomorrow, Jay.
Okay.
As we take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm doing the play-by-play, so I might throw it down. Steven Torres says, Taz with the steal. I can hear it already, Drapes.
He spins up the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Do I got to run it by Devin first, though?
Hell no.
Out of respect, bro.
No. You don't run by, as they say, you don't give yourself a nickname. Someone gives it to you. So you say it, and if it sticks, then it sticks. Yeah. And if he comes back, it's like, Drapes, man, I can't stand that. I hate that.
Okay.
Then you adjust it.
Okay.
But that's not a negative turn, a negative person. Like Tasmanian Devil was legit.
That was
we
legit.
all know that.
Yeah. And sort of like, remember they did the Fox and the Ox?
Yeah.
That lasted about, what, 12 hours?
I was going to say a week.
If that Domas
Domas
like,
said, nah,
I'm done with that. So, all right, I might roll out the Tasmanian Devil. Somebody's saying I should say Jake the Snake for our boy Jake LaRavia.
It's just too easy.
That's a
Too
layup,
easy.
right? That's
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Probably been calling him that since he was out the womb.
Right, exactly.
Give him something else.
Give him something new. And I will say this, Jake has done enough to earn a nickname. I've been calling him the legend based on that first game he had where he came out and scored 7 points right from the jump in his first action in the Sacramento Kings uniform. But what I'm seeing from Jake LaRavia, Jay, 12 points last night, had the 6 personal fouls. I think in terms of the swagger, in terms of the toughness, in terms of the compete level, Jake LaRavia might be our guy, might be our Energizer Bunny. Starters not feeling it a little bit. Let me throw Jake in. Jake, do your thing. Like, this dude plays hard right from the jump. The steals he had, the dunk he had, like he's a fan favorite out there. And I know that's putting a whole lot on the guy, but I think this guy who played 23 minutes, that should be the norm for Jake LaRavia. I think in terms of when we look at this bench, Jonas, Keon, Jake, Trey, like, these are non-negotiables, Coach Doug Christie. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, Jake got to get some minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He got to be 15 to 20 to 25 minutes.
Is he the closest we have post Keegan to 3-and-D?
Yes.
Is he second 3-and-D guy?
Yes.
Does he fill that spot?
Yeah, I mean, Keon obviously too is sort of right.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I guess so. I think Keon is. Don't get me wrong. He had a couple of big threes last night, back to back almost. But Keon to me is becoming more of the defensive stopper, so to say. Kind of that guy is a little everywhere, but he's a 3-and-D guy. I guess when I talk about 3-and-D guys, more or less, they tend to be a 3 or a 4.
Mm-hmm.
A forward, not a guard,
not a 2-man.
A guard, you're supposed to be able to shoot the ball.
Yes. Yeah, somebody from the 916 is setting us up with this one. Drapes and Jay, crazy Jake desperation 3-pointers last night. Did you guys see that? That was amazing. And the thing about it, and this is why I think he got the swagger, he got the little chip on the shoulder, because he's about that smoke, Jay. He talked about that 3-point shot after the game. Here's what he had to say about his butter 3-ball he made.
Shot clock winding down. Was that just a yuck and hopefully
No. I tell everyone if it's a butter situation, butter means 5 seconds or less on the clock. If it's 5 seconds less on the clock, swing it to me. I'll make the shot. And I did tonight. So there you go.
Listen, I mean, think about it though, Jay. This dude done played with John Morant, Triple J, Desmond Bain. He comes here, you got DeMar on the floor, you got Zach on the floor, you got Malik, and he's telling them, you know what? When it's butter time, give me the damn ball. I'm gonna make it.
That.
That's what I like that from Jake. I like that. Somebody saying call him Jake and Bake. If he gets in his bag, I might use that. I might use Jake and Bake. Jay not feeling it. Jay not.
Yeah, because it's just everything don't got a rhyme, man. This ain't the Foo Schnickums and all. You know what I mean? Like, everybody don't have to. You don't always have to be a cat in the hat.
All right. So Jake
we
and
got
Bake.
enough Dr. Seuss out there, don't we?
You're right.
I guess you could say Jake is baking. Like, I don't know. You the play-by-play.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And I'll tell you, I'll take you behind the curtain. It's all about feel. If I ain't feeling it at the time, I'm not doing it.
Jake and Bake.
Jake with the bake.
That's okay.
Okay, that's
yeah, I can deal with that.
That's all right. Maybe I'll pull that out tomorrow. But here's the thing about Jake, and I'm talking about him wanting that smoke. Remember that 3 he hit in front of the Memphis bench as well. It was a revenge game for him. We understand going against his former team, but it wasn't just the shot. It's what he did after the shot, the stare down, looking over at their bench saying, y'all got rid of me. Take this 3 ball in your eye. Here's what he's had to say about the stare down after the 3.
I just looked at Ja. That's all I did. I just stared. I ain't got no beef with him, but I just stared down at Ja because I got a little dunk, got a little athletic. So
did he stare back?
Yeah. Got a little smile in there. So yeah, it was all good. All love.
Okay. That's what I'm saying about Jake, though, man. He's just a lovable kind of guy. Like, it may not always fall in talking about the shots. He may not always complete the dunk. And I thought that dunk he had was tremendous coming down the lane. He surprised me. I didn't know he had that in his bag. I turned to somebody and was like, I didn't know he had that in his tool chest. But this dude, Jake LaRavia, when you look at the moves the Kings made at the trade deadline, we've seen each player acquired by way of trade at the deadline have moments. JV, Jonas Valanciunas, stepping in when Domas went down against Houston, came in and had a big game.
The big Trojan dude.
Exactly. We've seen Zach LaVine go off for 40 plus, knock down 8 triples. Now Jake LaRavia, we've seen. And so the moves that Monty made during the trade deadline, and I wish we could sign Jake in the offseason. I think that's going to be tough. 5.1, I think it is.
That's going to be tough.
Is the starting salary. He keep playing like this, he's going to get paid. But I think what Jake did last night is something that we need from him every single night. And if I'm the coach, if I'm talking to Doug, I'm telling Doug, this dude got to play. This dude got to give us 15 to 20 minutes. And it's on Jake to play that way every single time, to come with that mindset. But it felt like last night maybe something might have clicked with this team in the way they played. And so Jake LaRavia, I'm giving you your flowers. I didn't know you had that kind of swagger in your bag, but I think all of Sacramento sees that right now. I thought Jake LaRavia, Jay, was a huge part of last night's win.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's part of that second unit that played ball. And Devin Carter, as you said, Devin Carter and Jake. Trey played decently last night as well. I like, and I just was telling this to Kyle behind me, and Kyle was like, I hadn't noticed this. I go back to the first press conference with Jake. If you remember, Drapes, he had the hat cocked to the side a little bit. And remember, he was like, I'm just here to play ball. He said that. And pretty much in that tone, like, I'm just here to play ball. And something, when I first saw him, I said, I kind of like where his style, his sauce. I kind of like where he's going, right? And I know he's been banged up a little bit in certain instances. I believe he missed, 2 games now?
Yeah.
On 2 different occasions. Yeah. He missed one a week or so ago.
Yeah, he missed that one. Yeah.
And then right when he got here, I thought he missed one in the beginning. And so I like what he brings to the table. I think he has a little bit of sauce to him. He has a little bravado to him. And that's something that we've consistently asked for when it comes to the Kings. Malik plays with that all the time. Yep. Malik is skipping down the floor at any point in time. Malik kills me when he goes up for a layup. You can hear him call out and one, or he'd be like, a foul, or he's always screaming at the top of his lungs.
Right.
Even when some of his teammates do it. But you just don't see that type of bravado with the Kings, and I think Jake is kind of filling that void where the team has.
All right, we got much more on Jake. We're going to talk about Domantas Sabonis and that injury, what that means going forward as well. You're listening to The Drive, guys. Here's Drapes and Jay holding it down on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news. They're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you. Full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doop doop, and sometimes it's like. Do you have a dash light on? Oh yeah. Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one. So you don't need to hear the. Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Save $11,000 off MSRP on every new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. After rebates at the Meta Chevy Silverado Super Center. $11,000 off new Silverado at MetaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Station in Sacramento, giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Back here with Jay. It's your boy Drapes holding it down at 6 o'clock. Sacktown Sports 1140. NCAA tournament gets underway today. That's right. First 4 games, I believe, tip off right around 4 o'clock. Coming up in just a few minutes. A little later in the show, we're going to talk to Dan Bonner, CBS Sports college basketball analyst, and I'll tell you why there is no buzz surrounding this NCAA tournament. That's coming up in just a little bit. Trying to come up with a nickname for Jake LaRavia. Somebody from the 530, not Jake LaRavia, excuse me, Devin Carter. Somebody from the 530 said, I think Sharunas Marshalunas' nickname was already the Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, but I mean,
but that's a generation ago,
right?
So, right?
Yeah,
like, and it'd be different if it was Magic or something like that, or
Sure.
Penny, or like somebody that's, no offense to Sharunas, but this is our first round pick. This is young Devin Carter.
Yeah,
I think it could stick, right?
Oh, for sure,
I
for
think
sure.
it could
Yeah,
stick.
like you said, this ain't Magic or the answer or somebody that's generational.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
for
209. If Jake hits a 3, you can say it's a Jake make. Or if he makes a good play, you can say Jake's sake.
Second one is whack. Yeah. Who was that from? 530 to 209?
209.
Okay. Yeah. They must
Where's
be
that?
from
Stockton?
Yeah, Modesto.
Modesto?
They must be from Patterson or something over there. Talking about the Jake make.
I like
That's
that
okay.
One. That's
that
okay.
was all right.
I gotta write these down.
You
Man.
ain't gotta write that down. It's all in the brain.
You're right. It's all
the Jake make is okay.
I like that one.
But how do you play it in your mind, Drapes? The Jake make.
And
like you said, you just gotta feel it too.
You gotta feel it. But
yeah.
when I heard it, it sounds kind of Iron Eagle-ish. That's a Jake make. Yeah.
That does.
Is
Crazy
that
part, I reached out to Iron today to see if he could jump on this week. He's just busy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll try to get him next week or so through the tournament. But yeah, that does sound more Iron Eagle.
Yeah, that's a little more Iron Eagle.
Jake mate. Yeah, you're right. That does sound like Iron Eagle.
I don't know if I could pull that one off. Steven says, I think Jake and Bake is better. Dog, if he's getting into his bag, I'm going to use that. I'm sorry, Jay.
All right.
If he's baking out
Come
there,
on.
it's like he's cooking. Jake Bake. Jake out there baking. Jake, yeah.
That's man. That's like the Panda Dunks, man. Ain't that what you said a couple months ago?
True. All right,
that's the Panda Dunks. That's the layup. I get it. If you let it go once or something, that's fine. But that can't be the every game thing.
Yeah. Remember,
that can't be the every game.
We had Mike Breen on, what was it, last week? And, we asked him about his bang call and, how he did it in college and thought it didn't really hit hard enough, put it on the back burner, then brought it back. And all of a sudden, and so I know exactly what he means, man. So, because sometimes you try certain things and afterwards you're like, I don't know about that. But you can't give up on it. Like, you know what I mean? If you feeling it, you just got to let it rock. You just got to let it rock. So I'll come up with something for Jake. I'll come up with something for Devin Carter.
Natural.
Something natural.
But more times than not, Drapes, I'm pretty sure you play with certain things. I should pause on that, but yeah.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure you play with different phrases, different, ways how you get a certain name off or a nickname. But have you ever just said something on the fly and was like, oh yeah, that's it?
I had one call and I've never used it since because it was just in the moment.
Okay.
But like when a guy gets a steal, I say they took his lunch money.
Yep.
That's what we used to say on the street.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I took your lunch money. You know what I mean? And then I said he took his lunch money and then a player went down and scored. And I was like, and he went and used it to buy sneakers or something crazy. And people loved it, Jay. People loved it.
How do you know they love it? Because they're in your inbox, they're telling you.
Yeah. The text, the tweets,
gotcha.
In person here, that was awesome. That was a great call. But I never brought it back because I did that in the moment. Like, to me, you maybe have 1 or 2 signature calls. Everything else, in my opinion, should be organic. You know what I mean? It's like I'm reacting in present time as a fan, watching the game. Yeah. I can't be looking down. All right, now it's time to say this for this. Like, I used to work with a guy in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and he was a local sports anchor, a guy I learned from, but he had sheets and sheets of calls.
Phrases?
Yeah, like phrases, like, big bucks, no whammy and stuff like just written down.
Right.
For a 3-pointer, I'm gonna say this. For a 3-pointer, and that's good on, sports anchoring, like when you're doing the local news and calling highlights.
Yeah.
But to me, when you're in the game, you got your one or two, like Mike Breen with his bang, But after that, man, I'm in it just like a fan. You know what I mean?
Just whatever comes.
And you have a few that you rely on that works all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But for the most part,
like catchphrases that work during a certain instance of the game, like dunk or steal, or like you said, take
something
your lunch
like
money.
that. Yeah, something like that. But on the big ones, game winners or something like that, like then you have your signature. But Mike Breen, that bang, like for instance, Jay, I'll tell you a quick story. This is back when I was in Boston. I'm playing summer league basketball, playing on the team. I'm out there hooping. My son's on the side watching. I hit a corner 3, and he's just standing up on the side. And I turn to him, and I go, bang, 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 as I ran back down. That was organic. That's stuff we say out on the court.
Yeah.
And so I bring that to my calls.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everything is authentic. It's not contrived. It's what I would say if I was out there hooping, talking trash to you.
Yeah.
Took your lunch money.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang. That's what I'm saying. And so other announcers are different. I feel like for me, I'm just a glorified fan in terms of I get excited just like you.
So what's your catchphrase then? Because I don't think you have one.
I use "got it" a lot, which I got from my guy, Mike Gorman, who no longer broadcasts.
Right.
He was sort of a mentor for me. I don't have one yet. I don't have one.
It hasn't been developed.
It hasn't been like hammered.
Like we
yet.
know that's Draper when he says
exactly. And to me, like I said, and Mike Breen, it's something that comes over time. Because you throw out a bunch of stuff and you see what sticks. And nothing is endless. We haven't had a whole lot of game win, like big time, So I'm a little rusty when it comes to that. You know what I mean? But
got it. You do say got it.
I do say got it. Yeah. That's my thing. I mean, that's
Did Gorman give you the blessing?
That's my guy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking. He might have been
like Drake.
Slow down now.
He texts me and say, "Nah, you can't use that," or nothing like that. Mike wouldn't do. That's my guy, man. That's the guy I came without. Mike Gorman, shout out to him. I would not be here right now.
Like, see, I think people know you as my guy, but can you do that? Like, it's my God. Like, does that work? I think that works.
You think so?
Bro, I don't know. Maybe. You should use it.
Maybe I'll do it.
Like somebody hit the 3. My God.
Yeah.
Like that might be it. That's what people know you from.
See, but here's the thing. And there's a difference in local versus national.
Absolutely.
And,
for sure.
I couldn't do that nationally.
Truth.
Locally on our Kings broadcast, they are my guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe I can do that. I might try that tomorrow.
I like that.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Hey, man, we got a lot of things I'm going to try tomorrow, man. Jake and bake. I'll do that. Nah, I'll do that. Hey, coming up, though, man, we got to talk about Domantas Sabonis. I told you at the start of the show, we were going to get into the good, which we did the first hour, and the ugly, which is coming up. Domantas Sabonis and that right ankle sprain left the game in the third quarter. How bad is this? We're still waiting on an update from the Sacramento Kings regarding his condition, and how will it affect tomorrow's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers? We'll talk about it next here on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically like hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. You know, they picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. SubcontractorsUnited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Drapes and Jay back here on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140, second hour. Coming up at the bottom of this hour, we got our guy, Brendan Nunez, Sacktown Sports 1140 Kings Insider. He'll be joining us. Talk about the injury to Domantas Sabonis, also last night's key win, and why I think 4-3 is the minimum for our Sacramento Kings on this homestand. Get to the phone lines here in a minute, 916-339-1140 if you want to chime in, any kind of catchphrases you want me to try tomorrow, any kind of nicknames for Jake LaRavia, Devin Carter. Jay, somebody, Sean Shepard said, don't no one say bang, bang, bang after hitting the 3 at the park. Come on, man. Come on. And Jay,
you ain't watching that John Witherspoon in your life, man.
Right? He ain't been watching.
Rest in peace.
And here's the thing. This is what I said, though, Jay.
Bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Like, and we're going to have Stacey King coming up on the show on Thursday, Chicago Bulls analyst. Somebody texted me, it was like, Drapes, he says that also. So we may have to go, him and I may have to arm wrestle for it or something like that, rock, paper, scissors. And I'm going to ask him where he got that from. I think that's something that you just say. That's from the street. Like, that's what we say.
Something natural.
And everything I say usually has some sort of like impact from my life. Like, for instance, somebody said on the text line 916 said quote, 209, excuse me. What about Yahtzee? That's a Drape thing. No. Yeah, that is a Drape thing. Me and the kids play Yahtzee all the time. And so when I got Yahtzee, I'm hitting them.
Yeah.
It's almost like domino, but it's Yahtzee. You know what I mean? And I hit them with it, you know? And so it's something we do at the crib as well.
I do like this one, though. Devin Carter, the party starter. I like that. Because if it's something moving, it's Devin Carter, the party starter.
All right. I like that too.
You got to put a little twang to it, but I like that.
It can't do Devin the dude, though, right? Devin is
because
there's somebody out there.
Yeah. That's like Rick Ross stealing Rick Ross.
Right.
Go do that. Google it.
I still don't know how he got away with that, man. How he gets street cred from doing that right there. And how about this one? Somebody else also said, I don't see it anymore. It was about Jake the Snake. Jake with the shake and bake did that. Try bread and butter Jake. Oh, no. Try bread and butter Jake. Nah.
Yeah,
I can't do that. Can't do that. If you got any nicknames, any suggestions, hit us up 916-339-1140. Jay, let's get to the phones real quick. Squeeze this one in. Our boy JR is on with the Drive Guys. What's up, JR?
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, big fella? You good? You good?
I'm happy that I got the cobwebs off the beam last night. That was nice. Oh, my God. There's probably dust up there when they first fired up.
Come on. It ain't been that long, man. It ain't been that long, JR. Come on, man.
I know. But you are the best at some of those. And I do like the Jake and Shake. I don't know if you guys are Talladega Night fans, the Ricky Bobby, because they used to do the shake and bake. You gotta Jake it before you bake it. It's I think that would be a good one. And I would say anytime someone tries to stop our boy Monk, you say, you can't debunk the Monk.
Ooh,
there we go.
Okay.
You like that one?
I like that one. You can't debunk the Monk. Don't debunk the Monk. I like that.
But you are stealing the Bang Bang Niner gang there, buddy.
Nah.
Are you a Niners fan all of a sudden?
Nah, it's Bang Bang Bang. I added an extra bang, big fella, not Bang Bang Niner gang. Bang Bang Bang.
I want one so good that you make Katie just stop in her tracks and she's like, "What tricks?" You got to get a good one. Think. Get some good calls. You got great people out here.
All right,
I'll see you, brother. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you, man. 916-339-1140. All right, let's get to the ugly. Domantas Sabonis. Man, he had a rough go of it last night, Jay. He left the game twice. First time, head-to-head combat in the first half. Had to get some stitches on his left eyebrow. Came back in because, Domas is always looking to lay it all on the line. Third quarter, sprains his right ankle. And it wasn't just a sprain, Kings fans. That thing was an ugly, ugly play. Had trouble getting back to the locker room. Had to be helped to the locker room by our guy, Jay Crowder, and Max, the security guy. I haven't seen Domas in that kind of pain. And still waiting on word from the Kings exactly what this injury is and how long it might keep him out, Jay. But I think we need to face the realization that at least in the short term, next week or so, we're going to be without the big fella.
Yeah. Drapes, have you heard anything? And I didn't even do the research. I didn't text anybody after the game went down, shook some of the, like I said, security hands, saw the big fella and everything else. But I didn't really ask. Did you get anything about him falling in that tunnel?
I didn't get anything. I looked back at the video. It looks like he might have stumbled way back in there.
To the left,
to the left. But I can't definitively say that.
Okay.
I saw it with that circulating out there and everything like that. I don't know. And somebody just texted in. Did you guys notice Sabonis literally collapsed walking into the tunnel?
Right.
I got to find that out. And even if he did, it was horrific to see.
Sure.
Like it was clearly not your normal sprain, tape it up, come back in.
Yeah. He immediately went down, and I was in 110 last night, right? Section 110.
Okay.
So literally we were that sliver right next to the tunnel where the Kings come out. And you could see as soon as he went down, he immediately pointed. And they all jumped up. Like you said, security max and everybody jumped up and ran over. And I was like, yeah, that's not good. That literally, I had a perfect view from him. Like, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
This one's going to be tough.
And this was his second game back from the hamstring too. And he just can't seem to get into a flow, into a rhythm. With that being said, the sense I get from Kings fans, and maybe I'm wrong, Kings fans, 916-339-1140, it's not the end of the world. It's not, all right, season's over. I felt like last year when we lost Malik, when we lost Kevin Huerter, it was like, all right, we might be done. You know what I mean? I feel like this team is so much more prepared for a loss to a player. Last year, we lost Malik Monk. It was curtains. It was wraps. This year, we lose De'Aaron Fox early. Remember, I don't think he played that Boston game. Didn't matter. We still went in there and won. We lost Domas early in that Houston game. Won that game. Lost him last night. Only played 12 minutes. Won that game. I feel like this team, as much crap as we give it during the 4-game losing streak, and Doug talked about this, they're connected. They're looking to lift each other up. They're looking to play hard. And so I understand Cleveland's coming in. I understand they got the Twin Towers with Mobley and Jared Allen and everything like that. But I think we're equipped for the short term, and I understand the schedule's tough, with JV out there.
Jonas Vasu Inuwansas.
That guy. I think we're more equipped, Kings fans, to handle this loss. Whereas if this was last year, wraps, curtains,
all over.
Season's over.
Yeah.
But we're in a much better position, and I understand the record is 1 game over 500, 9th place in the Western Conference. But not only roster-wise, Sacramento Kings fans, not only me here on Sacktown Sports 1140 saying it, I feel like the players believe that even without a Domas or even without a player getting hurt, Malik getting hurt, whatever, they still believe. And that's the most important thing. It's not about, man, you lose one play. Good teams still find a way to win. Denver beat Golden State last night without 3 of their top guys. It is no excuse for this Sacramento Kings to say, well, if we miss a Domas for a week or two, it's wraps. You play the hand that you're dealt, Kings, and you deal with it. And I feel like this team that's their belief. They still believe that they have a chance. They still believe that they could fight. And Doug talked about it last night. We'll talk about the loss of Domas. How are you feeling about that? If it's an extended time, a week or two, can we survive that? 916-339-1140. You're on with the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Drapes and Jay, it's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140 coming up at about 3:30. Brendan Nunez, our Sacktown Sports Kings insider, will be joining us. We're talking about Domantas Sabonis and the injury. Still waiting official word from the team on the state of Domantas Sabonis' right ankle. Had to leave that game in the third quarter. Did not return. Did not look good at all. Does this mean the season's over? Even Chris the mom on the text line, 916, says, the hit on the head was bad enough, but the foot injury is even worse. These injuries during Memphis games is the worst this year. I feel bad for Sabonis, but I'm not really sure it's going to hurt us the remaining of the season. We just got to keep the energy and be locked in. That's what I'm talking about, Jay. This team is still good enough to withstand the loss to an all-star caliber player. So even though you got the best team in the league coming in Cleveland, I feel like these guys believe, it's not, and no shade at Carmichael Dave. He's family here at Sacktown Sports. But if I'm a player, I'm going in thinking reasons we're winning this game. If I'm a fan, I'm thinking reasons we can win this game, not, strength of schedule is this. Dog, Cleveland ain't the 72-win Chicago Bulls. You know what I mean, Jay? The level of respect that people are giving Cleveland, and I understand they're a hell of a team. They're a hell of a team. But they're not unbeatable. Orlando just went in and smacked them up at home the other day. Orlando ain't a great team. You handle your business no matter who's on the schedule. How many times have we heard Doug say it's not about the opponent? It's about what we do. And somebody on the text line said, if we bring that energy, we can beat anybody. And I agree. For one game, we can beat anybody. And I need to see it tomorrow from our Sacramento Kings. Let's get to the phone lines right now, 916-339-1140. Dr. Diego is on line one. What's up, the doc? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I actually back in San Diego, but I was at Golden Run last night. Had to get everybody well, and flew back home this morning.
Oh, boy.
What a great game. But I want to let you know, before I tell you a couple nicknames I got to throw you out there. I actually went out to, Pilates that does the card game, True Cards there you do on Saturday mornings.
Oh, yeah, Emran, yeah.
Emran. Yeah, I took her right out to the shop yesterday morning. And I got me a Malik Monk card, a rookie card, right, certified, and autographed and everything from him. So that's pretty cool. And then who knows, Malik Monk was a high point man last night, so that was pretty awesome. It felt really good. I thought I bought the right card.
Okay,
but yeah, I want to say a couple deals. Beam Levine, man, Beam Levine.
All right.
Beam Levine. Yeah.
Beam Levine.
And then,
okay.
Some of the crazy shots that, Monk can get up and do, sometimes you're like, whoa. That's when you say Monk with the jump.
Oh, shoot. Dr. Diego, appreciate it, man. I can guarantee you with 100% certainty, I will not be saying Monk with the jump.
Yeah, don't say that one.
Pause, right, Jay? I got to pause on that. I will not be saying Monk with the jump. Beam Levine, that's too basic. That's too Fisher Price, my first nickname.
Well, somebody
you know
was, I remember Mr. Gleason was talking about Zach LaBeam.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if he got it from somewhere or something like that.
Yeah, it might have been a social media.
Yeah, Zach LaBeam.
I'm not feeling that. Okay. Sacramento?
That was cool.
That was cool.
I'm good with that.
I can ride with that. I can ride with Sacramento. We'll see what else comes up. I'm telling you, man, tomorrow I'm gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink out there. Y'all gonna be like, Drapes, you wilding out on this. You know what I mean? Hey, we play Cleveland. Why not? You gotta throw everything but the kitchen sink.
You're gonna be out
I'm
there
gonna be out
alone every
there.
catchphrase game.
You're like, Drapes, it was just an inbounds pass, bro. It wasn't even that much of a highlight. You know what I mean? 916-339-1140. Domas still waiting on the update on his injury. Obviously, it's been a tough going for him these last few days. Just came back on Friday against Phoenix, trying to get his legs under him, and then leaves last night's game not once but twice because of injury. Obviously, if he can't go, it looks like Jonas Valanciunas will step it up. Here's the thing, though. Domas, all-NBA guy, all-star caliber center, a guy that we run the offense through. With him possibly being out, who does this playmaking fall on the shoulders of? Is it more Malik Monk? We're asking Malik to do an awful lot now. Is it DeMar DeRozan? We saw what DeMar did last night. I mentioned earlier about his point total, the 22 points, but I didn't give him the love for the 8 assists last night. And I think that's what we need to see from our star players on the Sacramento Kings. Zach can get his shot. DeMar can get his shot. But we also need these guys, if Domas isn't there, to make life easier for other players. Give Keegan some good looks out there. How about somebody set Malik Monk up once or twice? And so the evolution of this team, because I'm looking at it last night, 35 assists. Doug Christie, extremely happy about that. 41 3-point attempts. I'm looking at 3 guys with 6 or more assists. Zach LaVine, Malik Monk had 7. DeMar DeRozan had 8. Zach had 6. I think that's the kind of offense, Jay, we got to have with Domas being out. Like, this is our facilitator. It can't be all on Malik to help and set other people up. DeMar, as elite of a scorer as he is, bro, I need you to set somebody else up, too. Make life easier for somebody else. Zach, we know you can get to the cup anytime you want. You can pull that step-back 3 anytime you want. But for this team to be great, these guys can't look just for their shot. They got to make life easier for the Keon Ellises of the world, for the JVs of the world, for Keegan. That's what I want to see, especially if Domas J isn't playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I think, one of the great things about Domas is he can pretty much pass from any spot on the court, right? Mm-hmm. And I truly believe DeMar and Zach has that ability. You see it a little more from probably Zach, the drop-off pass in between the 2 defenders on the dunk. Yeah, oh, my goodness, nice. From JV, that was nice. Cold. I didn't even see that. I was like, oh, he dropped it off, but with the right hand. I think DeMar has the capability of – the Kings have the capability of playing through DeMar on the inside out. You can drop it off to DeMar. DeMar gets to a spot, and a lot of times you see a double approach DeMar a little more than usual. Yeah. And I think he finds finds the wide open shooter here and there. But I just think that Zach and DeMar have to be a little more creative. I think Zach has it a little more in his bag. He's got the mixer, the spoon, the fork, the knife, where I think DeMar, he had the bag isn't as big, right? And so I think DeMar is better playing off the post at the top, off the elbow, while I think Zach can create it a little more off the dribble. But I do believe they both have the capability of playing through them. They've both shown that. We've seen it quite a bit with DeMar earlier in the season. We've seen it in a few instances with Zach when he needs to be. But you kind of need Zach to be a little more of a scorer. So I think, you can play with DeMar being back to the basket or down on the block a little more.
No, you're 100% right. And I feel like DeMar's passes are more straight passes. You know what I mean? He got the ball, he's surveying, and then he's swinging it. Or Zach, like you said, getting downhill, the little drop off, which was, sweet.
That was sweet.
It's almost like a delayed drop off. You think he's going, and then at the last minute,
he's like right in between both defenders, too.
That's tight. Man. That's tight. I agree with you. And so hopefully, as we see it, last night, those 2 guys did a fantastic job facilitating, getting others good looks. We need that tomorrow, especially if Domantas Sabonis is not going. Still waiting on an official word from the Sacramento Kings.
Go
ahead,
quick,
Jay.
Drapes, and this is a bad job by me.
Oh,
for whatever reason, I haven't paid attention to what Zach LaVine's assist numbers have been in a Kings uniform.
I got him right here.
Okay. Can you give me that?
Zach LaVine in 18 games in a Kings uniform, 3.8 assists.
Okay.
Per game.
So almost 4.
Almost 4.
So you need to see that probably rise. I heard you say 6.
Yeah, he had about 6 last night. Yeah, I mean, even in his best years in Chicago last season, he averaged 4.3, 3.9, 4.2, 4. One year he averaged 4.9. That was the highest of his career.
But we're not looking for a season.
Right.
We're looking for 2 weeks.
Right. 2 week stretch. 2 week stretch. And so if that 3.8 becomes 4.9 even, Jay, it don't have to be a full 6. I would take that, because with Domas out, more eyes are going to be on Zach. More eyes are going to be on DeMar. So those guys, they're going to be seeing a lot more double teams. Don't force it. Pass it up. Help your teammates. 916-339-1140. Let's get to the phone lines. Let's get GP on line 1. GP, what's up? You're on with Drapes and Jay.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What's up,
Great
man?
show, like always.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I just wanted to not go over, but just say something about Levine's post-game interview yesterday. You guys probably were gonna cover it, like you guys cover everything. But man, he gave me a bunch of confidence and a bunch of hope when he said Domas needs to take his time coming back because we need him for the long run. That right there just boosting my everything up, my spirits, everything. How you guys feel about that? Thank you guys. Go Kings.
All right, GP, I'm with you on that. And Jay, can we work on that sound? Because I want to hear it too. Like, this is a confidence. This is what I'm talking about. This team feels confident even though they're missing one person. There might be missing a Domas or might be missing a Malik. It's not a woe is me situation for this Sacramento Kings squad. And so I'm going to say this, Kings fans. If the players ain't making excuses, if the coaches aren't making excuses, if the organization isn't rolling up the tent and calling it a day, we can't be doing that, can we? Like, we got to be optimistic. And that's why I said, and I'm asking Brendan Nunez this coming up in a couple of minutes, 4-3 at worst on this 7-game homestand. You got Portland. You're a better team than Portland. You got Chicago. You're a better team than Chicago. That's 3 wins right there. Could you beat Memphis? Can you beat a Milwaukee? Can you beat a Boston? Can you beat an OKC? Just give me one of them, Sacramento. This is the toughest stretch of our season right here, these next 6 games. Come out 4-3 overall. I think you're doing something, even without Domantas Sabonis. Real quick, Jay, let's get in Kai real quick here before we bring in Brendan Nunez. Kai, you're on with Drapes and Jay. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? It's Kai, man. Just wanted to say, you know what? I was hearing nicknames for Laravia. I remember a movie when I was little called Prince of Arabia. How about the Prince of Laravia?
I'll let the people decide on that one, Jay. Because a lot of people are like, all right, we got it from Laravia. King's Laravia, first of his name, some people say. And I'm like, all right, that's all good. But I just like the legend when it comes to Jake Laravia. Because what he's done, especially his opening game, was legendary. Maybe Brendan Nunez will have an answer. Maybe he can come up with a nickname. We're going to talk to him. Our Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports 1140 Insider joins the Drive Guys next on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
From the KCRA3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman. Sunny Wednesday morning, but cold again with valley temperatures in the upper 30s. Afternoon highs in the mid-60s with increasing clouds and a few showers around sunset. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Bonnie wants to help keep your bathroom running. So right now, get any mainline bathroom drain cleared for just $67. That way, you can get on with the show and let life flow. Bonnie. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. License 696-355.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day, plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees, with 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
My spidey senses is tingling.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
Something going on. I feel funny.
Drapes and Jay, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Drive guys take you up to 6 o'clock. My guy, Kevin Whitey Gleason, is out sick again. Hopefully he feels better and is back tomorrow. It's my pleasure to welcome in our Sacktown Sports 1140 Insider. You can check out his work, obviously, on the web, on social media, wherever you want your Sacramento Kings info. Brendan Nunez joining us. Brendan, first of all, thanks for jumping on. Before we get to last night's game, big fella, do we got a return of the Roar tonight at 6 o'clock?
We do. Thanks for having me on, Drapes. Yeah, myself, Frankie, and Chris all going to be running Return of the Roar 6 p.m., 7 p.m. every Tuesday.
All right, make sure you stick around for that. Obviously, going to be a great show. Let's talk about last night. I felt, Brendan, when I told Jay this, when I looked at it, I felt like everybody did something last night when they stepped on the floor. Even Devin Carter, 2 for 6 from free throws, 0 for 1 from the field. So what? He had 4 steals. How do you feel like as a team, not just individuals, as a team they performed last night?
Yeah, I think you got a great point. It was a little bit of everybody. You point out that 2 of 6 from Devin Carter on the free throw line. I got to say, I didn't realize that number. You don't love that. But right. You'll take the 4 steals. He's been playing well. You also got 2 steals from Jake LaRavia, a little bit of Zach LaVine joked kind of a revenge game, 12 points, 4-7 from the field. He was super active out there, defending a handful of different guys. I thought that, you got good playmaking from DeMar with his 8 assists. You could just look down the assist line even. 6 from Levine, 7 from Malik, 4 from Domas in his 12 minutes before he went down. You got 3 from Jonas, 2 from Devin, 3 from Keon in there. Jake participated in that. He got 35 assists on 46 made shots, shooting 52% from the field. So definitely a night where you got a little bit from everybody out there. Trey Lyles played a great game. When Domas goes down, they end up closing with him instead of Jonas Valanciunas. So getting that sort of bench production, specifically from, I thought, Trey Lyles, Devin Carter, and Jake LaRavia, was definitely big last night.
Be known, as you talk about the second unit, I definitely got to show some love to the starters as well. As me and Drapes talked about it a little earlier. This team has stumbled out the gates. They're like a horse that just can't find their giddy up until, second quarter a lot of times. What's your thoughts on the starters and how they came out and played yesterday?
Yeah, definitely played well. You put up 37 points in that first quarter. You got to feel good. I thought that they were moving the ball pretty well. Malik Monk, a couple early turnovers, and then I thought he kind of cleaned it up from there. 2 of his 3 in that first quarter, kind of forcing the ball to the roller and the pick and roll. But DeMar got guys involved really early. I want to say he had 4 or 5 assists in that first quarter. The ball was moving really well, and I thought everybody got involved. There was no one guy sort of stealing the show necessarily, like I think that we've seen for stretches. And there's moments where that's fitting when someone's on fire and you got the offensive firepower that Sacramento does have right now. But I think playing as a cohesive unit definitely helps when you have that much versatility and just offensive talent out there. So I thought they did that well in that first quarter, and playing some defense definitely helps as well. I think that's a big part of last night's win. In that 4-game losing streak, you were giving up above 50% in every single one of those games to your opponents from the field. You hold Memphis to just under 50, 48.9% last night, but 26 in that first quarter definitely helps you score the 37 that they did.
Brendan, you brought up, and we're talking to Brendan Nunez, our Sacktown Sports 1140 insider. You brought up Malik Monk. I feel like he's sort of, at least over the last week during this losing streak, has been sort of the whipping boy for everybody. Oh, he needs to go back to the bench. We need a real point guard. Can you just talk about this last week for Malik? And really, if we're talking these last 15 games coming, what we need from him in that point guard role?
Yeah, last night he even talked about those. I mentioned he had 2 turnovers early. He ends the night with 3. That's something he talked about in postgame. Something he said that he has to clean that mess up. And, he's still pretty early into his career. Like, Steph Curry, I guess, is the extreme example and a little bit of an outlier, but Steph came around pretty late in his career. Malik's only 27. And to just take on this starting point guard role, we've seen the talent that he has as a passer, I think specifically hitting the roller in the pick and roll. But that can continue to develop as he gets more comfortable with this responsibility. And I think it's something he's going to get better at. 7 assists last night. Those turnovers are, I think, what need to be honed down a little bit, though. As the orchestrator of everything out there, as the primary point guard, I think you got to be sort of calm and composed, which aren't exactly adjectives I think typically fit Malik Monk's style, which, is that there's pros and cons. Him being bold out there, I think, leads to some great moments for sure, but a little bit different when you're in that primary point guard spot. So, mixed bag so far. I think that when he can't lose his scoring aggressiveness in the process of all of that, obviously, because that's what makes him the great player that he is. But I think it's something that he definitely can, and I would bet probably will get better at over time.
The Tasmanian Devil, a.k.a. Devin Carter, that we've come to know to call him here all of a sudden. Be known, he's starting to get a little more run. Seems like Doug is believing in him a little bit more, coming off the bench, playing in spurts. He had a good run last night, been playing some good defense. What's your thoughts on Devin Carter so far? Started off the season, of course, on the injured reserve, played in the G League. I know you've had opportunities to see him down there as well. What's your thoughts on him playing a vital role right now?
Yeah, he's playing 10.3 minutes over the last 6 games, played in each one of them. They're going with him over Markelle Fultz. Obviously, when Malik was out for a little bit there, I think that led to Devin getting a little bit more run. But, that's obviously everybody knows the negatives of injuries, but the pros, as Doug has pointed out before, is it gives other guys some opportunity. And then you get healthy and those other guys are more comfortable going back to their smaller roles and contributing. And I think that you're seeing Devin start to get that.
it's easy for people to sort of write him off, but this guy didn't play for so much of his rookie year. He's just now sort of getting his feet wet. Cooks every time he goes down to Stockton, and I think that you're seeing him get a little bit more comfortable. Some of the definitely defensive stuff. I thought that Jake, the lineup, with Jake LaRavia, Keon Ellis, and Devin Carter out there, I thought just totally caused havoc. I think it's there's a nickname that I'm totally forgetting right now that Tari Eason and
I just heard it today
Amen
too.
Thompson have. For
terror
Houston,
something.
The Terror Twins.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And I think we need a nickname for Devin Carter and Keon Ellis because those guys are out there causing havoc, forcing turnovers, and that leads to good things offensively, even if that's not maybe where their skill set really resides. So I still think Devin's going to be a really good player. And as you're seeing this hole at the point guard position, I think that's something that, even though he's more of a combo guard in a 2, that he can continue to get better at here still early into his rookie season.
Obviously, a great win last night, but, the ugly part of it was the injury to Domantas Sabonis. Still waiting word on Domas's injury status and what's going on with that right ankle. When you saw the play, and I know you looked back at it a few times, how'd you feel about it? And, based on what it looked like, we might be without him at least for a few games.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't love it. You see it's hard to tell with ankles how much, that ankle is, I guess, touching court when he's driving there. But it was a tough night overall, man. I mean, that gash that he got earlier in the game above his left eye as well, that was looked like he just came out of a UFC fight with that one. And then deals with the ankle injury. So like you said, not really sure on a timeline, but when you see him sort of show that level of pain, when I think typically Domas is, the tough guy that I think we all know him to be, and not show that you definitely worry that what's going on. And the video that the broadcast caught of him sort of collapsing in the tunnel on the way to the locker room, struggling to put weight on it. Not the greatest signs, but we'll see. I didn't think the non-contact hamstring strain looked very good, and that only ended up being a week for Domas. So we'll see. He's a tough guy. He wants to be out there. I will say, keep a close monitor on if he's going to make that All-NBA eligibility. I got to see off the top of my head how many games he's at. He's got to get up to 65. He's at 58 right now. So keep an eye on that All-NBA eligibility for him. But I think this is part of the reason that he had Jonas Valanciunas. We saw it when Domas was out that recent stretch. He's a guy that is a starting caliber center, can step in and fill that void. And honestly, it might be even easier for some of these guys that are still looking to adjust. I think Levine has played really well off of Jonas Valanciunas because he's allowed to just have the ball in his hands and get great screens from that ginormous dude down there. So I think Jonas helps a lot. Keep an eye on if Domas is going to meet that All-NBA eligibility.
Joined by Brendan Nunez, Sac Sports 1140 Kings Insider. Last one, me for B Noon. The obligatory. It seems like every single time we have you on, there is what's the outlook of this team? Is it going to be a positive situation if they make the play in? Should they break it down, rebuild? And I see you on social network always kind of answering and proposing those questions. So I'm going to leave it up to you here as I walk out the door. If they make a play in and maybe win the first game and maybe lose it, don't enter the final 8, what's your thoughts? If they get to the playoffs and get smoked in the first round, what's your thoughts? Where is the soft landing spot for this team with 15 games left?
Yeah, Jay, I think the tough thing to figure out there is that there's so much potential change that could happen even beyond the roster, right? Like, we don't know what's going to go on with Doug Christie. We don't know what's going to, even though I think that there's a good chance that Doug ends up keeping that job, but there could be turnover in the front office. I think, the Athletic piece where they put out that Domas has questions about what the future of this organization looks like, and he may want to address that this summer. How does DeMar DeRozan feel about, being on sort of the last back nine of his career and trying to be in a competitive situation? And, the Kings honestly haven't really provided that for him in the way that he may have expected. So I think it's a little hard to project out what this offseason may look like, but that scenario you laid out, you win one playing game, lose the second, don't make the playoffs. I think that would definitely leave a sour taste in people's mouths. And honestly, a lot of organizations, I think across sports in general, tend to sort of overreact to how their seasons end. And I don't think that would mean that the Kings look to reset, though. You guys know just as well as I do, if not better, the history of this organization and how long that they've struggled. I don't think that they fully want to reset. And I think that, honestly, probably no matter how this season ends, unless it's some glorious finish where, they have a Cinderella story in some sort of way, I think that we're probably headed towards, conversations of, can we get involved for some big trade, moving some of these draft capital, the 2031 Minnesota pick that they got in the Fox trade being sort of the key piece there, and DeMar DeRozan's salary, and can you get in the KD conversation? I don't think they can, but I think that they're going to try to. Is Trae Young going to be somebody? Now you have a hole at point guard, and you can look to try to fill that. So I think that they're going to try to continue to go big name hunting, really, and possibly use that DeMar DeRozan contract or some of these other guys. But I think DeMar is probably the most likely where you try and make a change there.
All right, our guy Brendan Nunez, you can check him out on the Return of the Roar coming up tonight at 6 o'clock with Chris Watkins and Frankie Cardicelli. Appreciate you, man. Good work as always. We'll check in with you next time.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Our guy Brendan Nunez. You can always follow him on social media, Brendan Nunez NBA. When we come back, we'll get to the phone lines, 916-339-1140. How you feeling, Sacramento Kings fans? Domas still waiting for an update on his status as the Kings get ready to take on the Cavaliers. It's more Drive Guys coming up next on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Did you know colon cancer can be detected early or prevented through regular screening?
I have detected Around Earth is the greatest lie ever.
Okay, Roger. My uncle just passed away and I inherited his cockatoo, Roger. He was a member of the Flat Earth Society, so Roger picked up on some of his rhetoric. Anyway, screening, such as a colonoscopy.
Screen these! Screen these!
Roger that, Roger. Moving on. Colonoscopies can detect early-stage colon or rectal cancer or even polyps, which are abnormal growths that can turn into cancer over time.
I'm a Flat Earth walker.
Come on, Roger. What did I do to my uncle to deserve you? You don't get to choose what you inherit, just like colon cancer. Unlike Roger here, I believe in science. And science says that if colon cancer runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it yourself. Talk to your doctor about when you should start screening. Find out more at coloncancercoalition.org. A message from the Colon Cancer Coalition. Did you know colon cancer can be detected early or prevented through regular screening?
I have detected Around Earth is the greatest lie ever.
Okay, Roger. My uncle just passed away and I inherited his cockatoo, Roger. He was a member of the Flat Earth Society, so Roger picked up on some of his rhetoric. Anyway, screening, such as a colonoscopy.
Screen these! Screen these!
Roger that, Roger. Moving on. Colonoscopies can detect early-stage colon or rectal cancer or even polyps, which are abnormal growths that can turn into cancer over time.
I'm a Flat Earth walker.
Come on, Roger. What did I do to my uncle to deserve you? You don't get to choose what you inherit, just like colon cancer. Unlike Roger here, I believe in science. And science says that if colon cancer runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it yourself. Talk to your doctor about when you should start screening. Find out more at coloncancercoalition.org. A message from the Colon Cancer Coalition.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe.
and he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC, cleaning, and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
All right, Jay. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Yesterday you played Fast Car, Luke Combs version. Who is this right here? Because this ain't the original. Who is this right here?
This is Bring Me the Horizon rock group.
Dog, that should be Oasis Wonderwall.
Yeah.
This
is Bring Me the Horizon.
You can't do that, Jay. And we talked about this yesterday, and it's 2 days in a row now. What's the name of it? Bring Me what?
Bring Me the Horizon.
Are they local?
No.
I got to look these guys up because
Come on,
I
man.
heard that, and I'm like, okay.
I
got some
I
Oasis.
thought you might have went this way.
I'm like, dude, why you giving me the 52 fake out right here, big fella? You bamboozling me right now. You know what I mean? You giving me the knockoff version of the real thing, like we on Canal Street in New York or something. You know what I mean? Like,
that shirt you got from from New Orleans. Yeah.
I'm saying, all right, Bring Me the Horizon. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I'm not familiar with their game from the UK, formed in 2004. I never heard that version before, so you caught me off guard.
Yeah, they, like I was gonna say, they've been around for a while. Just trying to bring something to the table.
Hold up here.
Something different.
I might be showing my not knowing. Somebody said headlining Aftershock this year. Is that true?
I have no clue. Let me check that out.
I know. Check that lineup out because it might be something I want to check out as well. Oh yeah, there. I got it right here.
Ooh,
damn!
Don't
That's
disrespect
my
them
bad,
boys, man. Don't disrespect them fellas, man.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna try to hit somebody up for some tickets too.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? They got Blink 182.
Yeah.
Deftones, Good Charlotte. I might check out Aftershock this year, man.
You know what? I've been blessed to go to a bunch of festivals and concerts. I've never been to Aftershock. Never even thought about going.
Really? Dude, this might be my Bowling for Soup. You remember them?
No. Got me beat there.
Look up, dog. We met on the comeback. We may have to do some Bowling for Soup.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm looking at this lineup, and it's a lot of people.
Now, remember, was it last year they threw in a few different rap artists like Cypress Hill, Tech Nine?
Yeah.
That was at Aftershock, right?
Yes,
last year?
was. I think so. I didn't go last year, though. I missed that one.
No, we didn't figure it out until the day of. Or
Right.
I was like, oh, man. Then I think you had to go.
Was I out of
It
town?
was a game. I believe it was something was happening because it's normally in October, the beginning of October-ish or
October
something.
2nd, 3rd, 4th.
You had
5th.
something that you had to do, and I was like, Tech told me pull up. And I was like, oh, we couldn't go. And I was like, I ain't gonna leave Drapes out. If I go out there and showcase and dap in with Tech. And,
Right, I'd be upset about that.
I can't remember what it was, but you had to something for the Kings, or you were out of town or something.
Okay.
Maybe, that's normally your last little vacation
my last
run.
hurrah.
Yeah, that
Right,
might have
that's
been
the-
that.
Yeah, I might have been in Vegas or something. All right, I may have to check it out. There's a couple of bands out there I want to go see.
They have any rap artists this year?
Not this year,
Okay,
dude.
okay.
They call it West Coast's largest rock and metal festival.
Yeah, it's crazy
out there.
Aftershock
Yeah,
is huge.
I may have to check that out. So as we're coming up on 4:00, we'll get back to the Kings coming up in a minute. Also got to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I really want to get into what Shannon Sharp said. I think it was yesterday about the signing of Mac Jones and how Mac can revive his career in San Francisco and what that might mean for Brock Purdy. Just one man's take. I'll have that coming up in just a little bit. Jay, our boy Whitey, Kevin Gleason, out sick today. Man, I was going to do a half day today. Sort of like Anthony Davis play the first half. Nah, man. I'm here with you for the full 4 hours. But it's a special day.
Okay.
So my birthday's coming up in a few weeks. About 3 weeks.
The big 5-0.
Big 5-0. And some friends wanted to take me out.
Today?
Yep. They had a surprise plan for me.
They must be in town today.
Nah, dude. They had a surprise. They said, can you get home by 4:45? I'm like, I'm a man of Sacktown Sports 1140. I never like cutting my shift short, leaving early, or missing any days. But for you guys, yes. So your boy was going dip at 4 o'clock. I don't even know if the boss Jose knew that, but it was. I did put it in an email when y'all asked me my schedule way back when.
I literally, people ask me your schedule more than they ask me about my daughter or wife's schedule.
Really?
People be like, is Drake's going to be in studio or is he in San Francisco? I get it every single day, just about.
Every single
time.
And
I'm like, dude, didn't y'all get the same email I got?
Sent it, right?
But I don't think everybody got it. I think it was only a few.
Yeah, you, Whitey, and Jose got it. But I don't know what they had planned for me tonight. Like, if you take somebody out for their 50th birthday,
right?
You ain't going to the Sizzler, to the Olive Garden, something like that. It got to be something special.
Ooh.
Right? So I'm missing out on it right now.
So, okay, wait a minute. Does it still not happen? Is it not going to happen because you can't be there at 4:30? I mean, at 5 or whatever?
It's going to happen, but I'm
not today?
Just not today. But check it out, because the schedule is so crazy. I looked at the Kings schedule, Jay. We don't have back-to-back days off the rest of the season. Our games are either back-to-back games or every other day.
Yep.
And I'm looking at my schedule, and so they threw about 10 days, 15 days. Hey, can it work this day? I said the earliest I could do it is April 18th.
Damn, bro.
My
That's
birthday,
a month.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The schedule doesn't work out, big fella, because of the Kings games. I'm traveling to Orlando and D.C. and all that coming up. My birthday's April 10th.
Right.
And so this was the day, and we could have did it the 13th. The 14th is SmackDown or Monday Night Raw at Golden One Center. I'm taking the kids to that.
Okay.
And then we might be in the play-in. I don't know if we playing Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, maybe, if we win.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So, Whitey being sick, and I know he's at home listening. Don't feel bad, Whitey. We got you, big fella. But I'm missing out on a 50th birthday, and it ain't the Olive Garden. It ain't the IHOP. It's somewhere nice.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Where I probably had to throw in a little sport coat, had to clean up the Air Force One, spick and span.
Damn.
I know.
What's your go-to? Like, have you designated a go-to? Like, that's my spot in Sacramento yet?
Man, who you talking to? That means no. I haven't. I don't get out enough, bro. I don't roll with anybody, Jay.
Man,
I'm by myself.
You got to do a better job, man.
I got to, or the Sacramento got to do a better job.
You got to. Well, first of all, you live in Shingle Springs. That's the first part, right?
I ain't that far up. I'm up there, but I ain't that far.
You live in Shingle Springs. Yeah, so it's like the furthest of the furthest. You pretty much got to put chains on your car to come up and visit you. That's the first part. The second part of it is you are so in and out. Like, we just had this situation. The fellas were going to get together a couple weeks ago, whatever, and you had to do some family stuff, right? So you had to, it's like once you get back out to Shingle Springs, Pollock Pines, or wherever you live, and
that's way out there. Now you go way out. Okay.
Well, then to drive all the way back in,
right?
It's tough.
Right.
So it's when you're here, you got to do your
plans.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you don't know where the restaurant or where the lounge or nothing.
Nope, nothing. They said, we will come pick you up at 4:45
from the house.
From my house.
What?
And yep.
Oh, this is come on, Whitey.
I know, right? I'm like them all days, man.
Dang.
Like, Whitey will show up for Imran's Saturday show 3 hours early, trying to help him out. But the one day I need him, man. Also, real quick before we get to break, Charms Mojo. What's wrong with IHOP, player? Ain't nothing wrong with IHOP.
No.
pancakes are butter. They're
Come on,
fire.
absolutely.
But for my 50th,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want a little step up.
Right, a little step up, right? At least Denny's or something like that. No, I'm joking. But seriously, so I'm missing out on that. We rescheduled for April 18th.
Okay.
And so
keep me posted on where you go, though.
Yeah, I will.
I'm interested.
I will let you know.
There's some dope Michelin 5-star joints around Sacramento now.
Dude, I don't even know about them.
Yeah.
I need maybe the people out there, the people listening, people texting in, what's a appropriate 50th birthday party restaurant in Sacramento? And I ain't throwing shade to nobody.
No, of course not.
You come with whatever you want.
Yeah.
Give me a spot that I can lounge at and go to for my 50th birthday.
Man, there's one spot, they're not paying us for this, but it's one spot. And I think Emran has talked about it here. It's called The Kitchen.
I heard about it. I haven't been.
So you gotta
make reservations.
Yeah, you gotta be Kyle Draper to get in there. No, you don't. But I'm just saying it is an experience. Yeah, it's a dope experience, man. Matter of fact, they need to bring the drive guys out, and we need to do an experience over there at The Kitchen. But I love The Kitchen, man. It's a solid little situation.
Yeah, Michelin star.
Yeah,
restaurant.
one thing about Sac, though, as much as it's a city of trees, we always talk about it. This is a place to eat if you want to be. That's the problem. Like I always say, man, it's tough. Sacramento keep calling you. There's so many new spots popping up. There's so many different situations. I just saw Howard Gumbo, sponsoring game night now with the High
really?
Flyer and Scott Marsh. Have you been to Howard's Gumbo yet?
Come on, Jay. I don't know it. I'm telling you, man.
All right, just go to break.
All right. We're going to take a break, man. We got your phone calls coming up. We're going to dive into the Kings, also the Niners as well. We are just halfway done here on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If your family is like most families, it might be hard to imagine where everyone is all gathered in one room at one time. Sort of a special, unplanned family moment. Funny thing is, with Bonnie on your side, these special moments happen more often than you might think. And right now, get a brand new furnace system for as little as $27 per week. Restrictions apply, but it's one more unbeatable Bonnie moment. Bonnie, plumbing, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com.
Bonnie.
License 696-355.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time, throw down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Yo, Jay. Now that's what I'm talking about, big fella. Jay Johnson behind the boards coming in with the fire here. Hour 3 of the Drive, guys. Sacktown Sports 1140. Sacramento stand up. Our Kings are back above the 500 mark after last night's 132-122 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Our guy Kevin Whitey Gleason out today, out sick again. Hope he feels better. Hopefully he's back tomorrow as the Kings get ready for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But we got to talk about what we saw last night from the Kings. It was a movie out there, and I said it earlier in the show in case you missed it. I'm going to refresh you. Every player that touched the floor last night contributed in some way or another. My boy DeMar DeRozan dropping 22 points. But how about the 8 assists for DeMar? And how about the big threes down the stretch for the Sacramento Kings? Zach LaVine, consistent, efficient all throughout, had 23. And, oh, yeah, he also dished out 6 helpers. And Malik Monk. I know you guys been hard on my guy,
King
Malik
of the
Monk.
Kings.
That's right. You've been hard on Malik Monk, talking about we need a point guard. Malik doing too much. He silenced the critics last night. Check out this stat line. 28 points, 7 assists, had a few rebounds, 3 turnovers, and 2 of those turnovers came early. I thought that was arguably the most complete game we've seen from Malik Monk last night, Jay. And the Kings, in desperate need of a win, they came with the right mindset. They were locked in. They were focused. It was everybody, even the bench. JV having to fill in and step up and play 16 minutes, 8 points, 5 rebounds for Jonas Valanciunas. And we got to throw the 3 block shots on his resume also. Keon Ellis, we know what Keon does, two-way guy playing defense. And I thought Jake LaRavia and our boy Devin Carter, the Tasmanian devil himself, changed the complexion of the game. The starters set it up, and then when those guys came in, they took over. Doug Christie, he was happy. He was ecstatic. He said, that's the kind of ball we need to play night in and night out. And one thing he really loved, it seemed like the guys were playing for each other. Let's hear from Doug after last night's win.
Our unit is a tight unit. Like when I listen to them on the bus, when I hear them on the plane, it reminds me a lot of different times that I know that when you hear that type of conversation and joy and communication, it usually translates to the floor. So when one of their brothers go down, I expect nothing less than for all of them to galvanize and stick together. I thought there was a lot of sacrifice and trust in some of the subs. Like, we need something right now. I'm going to take you out. You're going back in. No problem, coach. Do your thing. The subs are rolling. Everyone back up. Let them roll. They're doing their thing. Like, that's a level of trust amongst teammates that I think speaks to when one of their brethren go down, how they respond to that. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And Doug is 100% right. And here's the thing, Jay, and we'll hear from Malik Monk coming up in a second. Here's the thing I saw from the Kings. Playing both ends of the floor, getting the steals, getting the assists, knocking down 3-pointers, playing with energy, but playing for each other. There was a stretch late in the game, probably about midway through the fourth quarter. Game still kind of in the balance. Memphis still trying to make a run. Desmond Bane hitting everything he threw up last night. It was time for DeMar DeRozan to come back on the court. Jake LaRavia was in the game. Zach was in the game. Malik was in the game. Keegan and JV, I think it was. Those 5. DeMar gets up off the bench, walks towards the scorer's table, stops and talks to Doug, and goes back and sits down. I think DeMar was set to check in for Malik Monk at that point, but DeMar turned to Doug and said, Malik's rocking right now. Let's not take him out. That's the sacrifice that Doug is talking about, which we saw from our team last night. Now, a minute or so later, DeMar came in and Zach went out, and then Zach came back in. But that's what I'm saying. We've reached a point, and I know High Flyer and J. Ross talked about this on the post-game show after the game last night. When you sacrifice your success for the betterment of the team, that's what we saw, I thought, last night from DeMar DeRozan, from Devin Carter, who only took one shot last night. He only took one shot, but he had a major impact. When you lose yourself in the game, in the pursuit of winning, everything else will take care of itself. And so DeMar DeRozan, Mr. coming up on 25,000 points for his career, understood my guy Malik has been rocking. People have been throwing rocks at him. We're going to let him cook. We heard Zach after the game talking about Malik and how well he's playing. Called him, Malik is a damn good player. And if he's playing like this, we're going to be, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what Doug's talking about. But I said it just a second ago. It wasn't just the starters that made an impact. They came out with the right mentality. But that bench, that second unit, I'm talking about Jake LaRavia, the Tasmanian Devil, Devin Carter, Keon, JV, Trey freaking Lyles. Put some respect on Trey Lyles, Jay. 19 plus minutes. The thing I saw from Trey Lyles, and we're going to hear from Malik in a sec. The thing I saw from Trey Lyles, people, if you wake up the next day, you got the box score here, 19 minutes, 47 seconds.
You got the box score?
I got the box. Somebody left it here.
Okay.
They like, Whitey
okay.
must be coming in. Let me leave the box score. Nah, it's Drapes Day. I still got the box score. 2 for 4. 5 points, 9 rebounds. Numbers don't jump out at you. But the way Trey played with a scowl, with a fight, Trey, even though him and DeMar got into it on the sidelines. I don't know if anybody saw that. Nobody's really talking about that, but we can address that right here.
Go ahead, Drapes, address it.
No, because, Jay, anytime you're in a competitive environment, anytime you're in the foxhole and you want to win, you're not going to just sit there and bite your tongue. If you want to win a basketball game and you feel like your teammate ain't holding up their end of the bargain, you got to say something. And so if I'm a coach, if I'm a GM and I see my guys getting into it on the sidelines, that shows me they care. That shows me they not checked out.
Yeah.
That shows me, you know what? We in this together. Let's figure it out. Glad they won because hopefully it ain't going to blow up into – but that's – dog, I covered the Celtics with Kevin Garnett. I covered the Celtics with Paul Pierce, Tony Allen, and those guys. Those dudes would throw a clipboard in Doc Rivers' face. Like, you know what I mean, Jay? Any kind of championship team, any kind of good team, connected team, you're going to have that, Jay.
Well, you know, the thing I say about it is this, Drapes. If we haven't heard much about it, then I mean it's part of the it was part of the action last night.
Yeah.
It's just in the heat of the moment, right? It's one of those things where it's like, come on, my brother, and I need you to do this, or we got to get it together. We got to make sure we tie up the knot properly here. And if it was something that was huge, then it'd be on front page. Right. It'd be Sacramento B. It'd be front page Sac Sports 1140. It'd be, everybody be talking about it on social network. Everybody be blowing up the situation. The fact that it just went away and it's whispered, it is what it is. So don't dive into it. Don't look deep into it. Don't act like something has happened because you've seen it on social network because, Kings reporters and insiders are doing their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
If they didn't do it, you wouldn't even know about it probably, more or less. So just take it for what it was. It was part of the game last night. We moved forward, and, hey, we got the W.
Exactly. 916-339-1140. We're going to get to your phone calls. Also, coming up, I want to play this sound from Malik Monk because we know the starters. We know the big names, but it's the glue guys that help the Kings get the win. We're bouncing back here. It's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Second unit came in and had a crazy energy, man. And we just picked back up off them. And yeah, it was them two guys.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
That was Malik Monk right there talking about the second unit and those guys getting it done last night. Before we move on, shout out to Jay for playing the cuts. This song right here, one of my pregame music that I listen to. Like I got a pregame music list.
Really?
Yeah, and this is on it. This is on it.
Even
right
to this
here.
day, like right
Even
now.
to this day, right here.
I mean, you're a competitor, Drake. So that means you still got to get in the mode, the zone to even go out there and do play-by-play, huh?
Dude, and it's usually when I shower, when I'm driving in, and when I used to work in Boston, when I walk from the parking lot to the arena, got the headphones on. And so even when I'm on the road with the Kings, we on the team bus riding over, got that on.
Damn.
Getting in the zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's one of my favorites. That came out, and my daughter at the time, I think she was like 3. She loved that song. Yeah. That was something Dad, turn that on. Like, dang. Truth
she
right
like
there.
that?
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I probably shouldn't have been playing her for it, but yeah. She was 5. Excuse me, she was 5.
Yeah. Oh, that's the track right there. That's the one. That's on the pregame music list. 916-339-1140. We were talking about the Kings' big win last night over the Memphis Grizzlies. Total team win. Sacramento Kings fans, how you feeling about this W? Where the team is right now? And Leezy just weighed in on that song too. Fetty Wap got 5 to 6 bangers, man.
Yeah, at one point in time, he was hot.
He was on top, bro. He was on top. And hopefully our Kings keep climbing to the top as after that win. They got a big game tomorrow against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jay, let's get to the phone lines. 916-339-1140. Your chance to chat with Drapes and Jay. Let's go to Steven on line 1. What's up, Steven? You're on with Drapes and Jay.
Man, what's up, Drapes? What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, wakey, eggs and Jakey.
Oh, shit.
That's what
you've been on hold for an hour to say that? No, I'm messing with you, Steven. I'm messing with you.
No, I know. But come on, man. You got Jakin and Bacon. You know, my man is Jakin and Bacon out there. You know what I'm saying? He's Bacon, he's Jakin. You know, I'm stretching. I'm really trying here. Give me some credit here, man. Don't cut me now. But man, Jake was playing a really good game, man. I really enjoyed him kind of just turning it on last night, you know, in the Jake LaRavia, you know, revenge game. It was nice, man. The end of that first quarter, man, he was on fire, man. His swagger, his attitude, he's got a level of poise out there, but at the same time, he's got that dog in him. I really think he's got that dog in him. And like you were saying, man, he had that dunk, and I cannot remember when, but he had that dunk, and it was like, okay, all right, my man Jakey is getting into his bag, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good game. It's a nice feel-good win. It was against a pretty dang good team, on top of that, but they were also lacking some folks as well. I'm not trying to discount it or anything like that, because, a win's a win. But at the same time, I'm trying to be careful, man. I don't want to get too high here, but because we're in the thick of the season right now, the absolute thick of it, and it's going to get more stressful and a little bit more important here in the next few games, man. So
okay.
Super disappointing to see what happened with Domantas, though, man. That is just bad luck, man. Luck of the draw. I was kind of putting my tinfoil hat on for a little bit, and then he came back and was playing like a dog, and then 12 minutes in, just boom, just gone just like that, man. So it's disheartening, you know what I mean? Very disheartening.
Let me say this about Steven, and I appreciate the call, Steve. He's a loyal listener. He's always out there. Whether it's the morning show, midday with Alan Stiles, the drive guys, he's riding with Sacktown Sports 1140, and I appreciate you, Steven. Always good stuff from Steven. And to his point, losing Domas and still waiting to get the official word from the Sacramento Kings on his status, that's massive. That hurts. But we're more equipped. And I look at it, I figure it was last week against Denver, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago against Denver, game against the Clippers. We were without Malik and Domas. And the fan base, the players, the organization still felt like we had a chance. That's night and day from where we were a season ago, Kings fans. Remember, when we lost Malik and Kevin Huerter, it was curtains. It was lights out. This year, it's like, and Krista Mom said it on the text line, 916-339-1140. This year, it hurts. We're going to miss our all-star. We're going to miss our all-NBA big man. But like Zach LaVine said, take your time, big fella. Don't rush back. We got you covered. We got your back. And it starts tomorrow night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. When we do our show tomorrow from 2 to 5:30, as we get you ready for Cleveland, I need Kings fans to really pay attention to who the Cavs are. Because what's happening right now is we came into this month of March looking at the schedule and seeing the names on the paper. Oh, man, we got the Celtics. We got OKC. But look at the team actually. Cleveland's on the first night of a back-to-back. They pretty much got the number one seed wrapped up. Sure, on paper, it's a tough schedule, but we saw it last night. Denver, without three of their top guys, went in and beat Golden State. We saw Washington beat Denver. So if you already got a defeatist attitude just by looking at the calendar in March, you ain't about that life. You ain't about that smoke. When the going gets tough, you hightailing it to the high winds. No. If I'm a player, Jay, if I'm a player, YouTubers, if I'm a player, people driving home from work right now, these are the games I'm looking forward to.
Damn right.
I'm looking at, we get to play Cleveland?
What?
We get to play OKC? Giannis let's go.
On a Saturday, prime time, nothing else going on in your city?
Jay,
man,
these are the games that put you on the map.
Yeah.
It ain't against the Wizards in January.
Nah.
Those games, come on, man. If you any kind of competitor, you know this, Jay, from your playing days. You played at college, you played at high. Who was the big team? When you saw them on the schedule, we got them.
You better believe it.
Let's lock in.
100%.
I'm ready for it.
100%.
You know what I mean? And that's how I feel like our guys got to be.
No, I'm with you. And I think that's what's going to separate this squad moving forward. And it's not because one thing we've heard it the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've heard it, sometimes during the season, this team needs a whole rebuild. They got too many guys over there that got too much pride. for a rebuild right now.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what some people who the naysayers have been saying, like, listen, when you got Zach LaVine, when you've got DeMar DeRozan, when you got Malik Monk, when you got Jake the Snake, when you have guys like that, JV, Domas, ask those guys about a rebuild right now.
Right.
Ask those guys, are they out of this season? Or have they cashed it in? Have they went, booked their vacations yet? We just had a conversation about you and your 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Now, if there's any milestone to celebrate, it's a 50th birthday.
Right.
And you are like, listen, I know we got a play-in game. I'm hoping we got some playoff games.
Right.
So I'm not even going to put – there it was. So you can't tell me the squad aren't looking forward to these games. Catching the Cleveland Cavaliers on the back-to-back. They need to be up. Absolutely. OKC on the national television audience, a stage. Come on, who's not watching?
Right.
Like you said, Giannis coming into town. You know, Dame always trying to kill the Sacramento Kings just based on he felt like he was double-crossed for not being drafted here. So it's certain teams, certain guys you just got to get up for. And if you talked about it, you got to get your Fetty Wap in your earlobes prior to the game, then that's what you have to do. I just believe in I can understand people will say, Jay, Drapes, you got to get up for the Warriors this past week. You needed to get up for the Suns because you need to stay in front of them. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying it ain't a catch-22 situation. I'm just saying I believe that these guys understand, meaning the Kings understand a lot of these games that's coming down the stretch mean more right now than, as you said, a January game in Washington. I'm not saying they didn't stumble against the Warriors. I'm not saying they didn't stumble against the Suns. I don't know. I can't give you that answer, unfortunately.
If I'm a player, it's an honor to be playing it because that means you still got something to play for. You know, we could be like some of these other teams, Utah, out of it. Their fan base already looking at NCAA tournament action right now.
They got their brackets going.
They got their brackets going right now.
I ain't even looked at it yet.
Neither have I. Somebody left one right here. I don't even know who the 1 seeds are.
Okay, I ain't that bad.
You know that? All right.
Yeah, Duke, Florida, Houston. Come on, man.
Oh, you do know that?
Yeah.
Hold up, Jay. Let me see. 1, Houston, Duke, Auburn, and Florida. Okay. You on top of it.
I'll tell you this. I'm taking H-Town to win it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking H-Town to win it.
All right.
Got love for Kelvin Sampson. He's been close the last couple years. Can't get over the hump. The rest of that, man, it's a coin flip.
Yeah. We're going to have Dan Bonner at the top of the hour to talk about the NCAA tournament, which is underway. First 4 action going on today right now. Let's get to Matt. Let's squeeze in Matt here. Matt, you're on with Drapes and Jay on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Drapes, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? What you got?
Hey, no, not much. You already touched on what I was going to ask about, the whole DeMar and Trey Lyles thing. I just wanted to, get your opinion on that. But outside of that, I thought the guys looked really good last night. The defense looked much better. The rotations looked good. We were shooting the ball well. So I like what I'm seeing. If we keep that up, I don't see any reason why we can't have a fighting chance to honestly go in and beat Cleveland.
Yes. Let me ask you, Matt, sorry to cut you off, but regarding that Trey and DeMar situation, what was your thoughts on it? And I view this as, and I think I said it last segment, if they would have lost, it probably could have been a bigger story. But the vibes were up. They won. DeMar came back out, hit some big shots. All is good. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, honestly, the way I looked at it, it was, DeMar, stepping up and being the leader and telling Trey, like, this is where you're lacking, and this is what you need to change and what you need to do in order for us, to be able to pull this win out and have you contribute. So, I didn't really think it was a huge deal. I was just more curious about it.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think it's all good. I don't think there's any carryover at all.
Yeah, but outside of that, man, happy early birthday. I just wanted to throw a recommendation for you for a restaurant. Have you ever been down to Frank Pat's?
Oh, I have. I go there for lunch sometimes. Their pot stickers
Oh,
are
man,
trying to kill you. Yeah,
Gallos,
I'm with
huh?
you. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, Frank Fats is where it's at.
Shout out to Frank Fats. I'll probably go there next week sometime for lunch. You know,
Well,
I'll
if you
pull up.
do, you could hit your boy up.
Jake.
Dude,
Thank
I
you,
don't
man.
want to hear nothing about you. Man.
Jake,
I want to hear about you.
as the mayor
man.
of the city of
'Cause
trees,
you don't be
big fella,
wiggling, brother.
I be jiggling.
Nah,
I'm
you
out
don't be
there.
wiggling. You ain't jello,
I'm
man.
out there.
You ain't jello, brother.
All right, we got a bunch more drive guys coming up. We got some open phone lines if you want to weigh in on the Kings NCAA tournament. Whatever you want to talk about here is the drive guys on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If you love golf but don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over, at Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, you get 27 holes of variety, so every round feels fresh. And with a Premier Club membership, you'll enjoy unlimited golf with a cart, unlimited range use, exclusive discounts, and 2 complimentary guest passes to share the experience. With pristine conditions, a scenic layout, and an award-winning reputation, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. Stop waiting. Become a Premier Club member today at timbercreekgc.com.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-961-5544. 800-961-5544.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Explore unbeatable lease offers at Folsom Buick GMC. Lease the 2024 GMC Hummer EV SUV for just $699 per month. The 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 for only $469 per month. Or the 2024 GMC Sierra Crew Cab Pro for just $219 per month. Plus, enjoy a 20-year, 200,000-mile powertrain warranty with any new vehicle purchase. Check dealer for exclusions and receive a Starbucks gift card when you visit our store. Visit Folsom Buick GMC today. See dealer for complete details.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Back here on the Drive Guys, Drapes and Jay. You go see, were you at Future when they came through? When he came through?
I sent my daughter and wife. They wind up going.
They went?
Yeah.
Oh, me and my son were out there, man. That was his first concert.
Yep.
Ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my son Nick's first concert. Dude. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We got turned up. Him and then we took one of his friends, man.
You did tell. We talked about that.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, man.
What's the next concert you got coming up? I haven't shared with you. I bought some tickets here. Actually,
on under, you
tickets.
snuck attack. You snuck attack.
I bought two though.
Are they local? Or we got to hop on the bird?
Nah, one is I think my boy Talib Kweli is coming. I think Carlos, I think it is.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one, right? That is a good one.
Yeah, your boy will be out there. And I had to get Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes,
coming up
26.
I'm in the building.
We'll be in their building for that.
No doubt about that.
I've never seen Wu-Tang ever. I've bought tickets twice. I tried to go see when I was living in LA at the Hollywood Bowl. Wu-Tang, let's just say, is nefarious for not
canceling.
For not showing up.
Or some guys not showing up, right?
Absolutely. So I've seen certain guys. I've seen Capadonna. I've seen Ghostface. I've seen Raekwon.
Yeah.
I've seen Master Killer. But I've never seen them all together.
Yes.
And then I tried to go Super Bowl, not this year, 2 years ago.
Okay.
They were starting their residency in Vegas. It was the Thursday or Friday of the Super Bowl, but I had already said I was going to another party and another, a couple other little events, so I couldn't get out there. So I missed them on that day. They only did one day, literally, like one night, and then they started the residency like a month or two later.
Shoot.
Yeah, but they did it because it was Super Bowl week.
This is their last tour, supposedly. Allegedly. This is it. I've probably seen the whole group.
You've gotten to see them all together.
Yeah. Dang. I probably like 3 or 4 times. Probably 6 times where Method Man's missing. I've probably seen them more than any other artist out there. Any other artist. Yeah, Wu-Tang.
I've never, at max, they've been 4 deep.
Really?
Yeah, at max.
I
saw them at I'm blanking on it in LA, right off of Sunset. Man, I'm blanking on the little club, kind of like our Ace of Spades. And
it got the upstairs part or no? Not the Roxy area.
Not Roxy. It's a little. That'd be a little.
Okay.
South than Roxy. I can't think of it. I'll look it up and guarantee they used to do a bunch of concerts there. Yeah, haven't had that opportunity. Okay, so the next 2 off the top of my head. Wu-Tang for sure.
Yep.
That's 26th at the G1C. Andre Nicotina. I was supposed to go see him last year, did not. He did a concert in San Francisco with the Philharmonic and the Symphony.
Oh, shoot.
And the Symphony.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
should say.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go see it, did not see it. And he allegedly was like, this is my last tour too as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go peep him out in Chico, of all places. He's gonna be in Chico.
He gonna be in Chico?
Yeah, gonna be in Chico. And then I think I've told you this. We're going to see Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, but in Chicago?
Yeah.
You and
June
the wifey?
8th. Yeah.
Just y'all two?
Yeah, the wife wanted to go to.
You wanted to go to?
Yeah, I've seen K-Dot like 20 times.
Have you? Okay. How about Juvenile on April 17th?
We were supposed to hit that last time. He was supposed to come and cancel. So,
We
put
had
that
to
on
slide to that.
April put 17th. That on the calendar.
Bone Thugs, April 25th?
I've seen them 1,000 times.
Really?
Man.
I've never seen Bone
I've been
Thugs.
on tour damn near with them.
What?
Yeah, when I was working with the Loonies. You know,
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
Bro and all them.
Yep.
They were definitely on a tour with us for a little bit.
Okay, I might want to check that out, man. I might want to check
Oh, yeah, that ain't
out.
nothing but a phone call, man. Steve LaBelle.
Is that who running things over
He's the
there?
manager. Yeah, one of the last A&Rs in music. He was over at Loud Records for a long time.
Loud had the artist too, man.
Yeah.
Loud was
Shouts out to Steve LaBelle.
916-339-1140. Hey, I should have did this, and I apologize to the Tasmanian Devil, Devin Carter. Shout out to him. His birthday today. Yep. Shout out
23?
to Devin, 23 years old. Shout out to him. Former Providence star, also played at South Carolina. Shout out to him. Which brings me to the NCAA tournament, Jay. I've been sitting on this all day, man. I used to be dialed in the NCAA tournament all throughout the season. I used to have like 3 or 4 brackets going. I knew who all the teams were. I used to work in Louisville. So Kentucky,
Denny Crum.
That's my guy, Rick Pitino back in the day. Now, and I just said it last segment, I couldn't tell you who's who. I know Cooper Flag, and that's about it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I heard of
Caleb Love, Arizona.
I heard of him. Okay. Harper Bailey.
Yeah,
but they didn't make it. Yep.
Yeah, St. John.
Lord
Jesus.
Rutgers. Yep. But
Hunter Dickinson, Kansas, like
he's still in the school.
Yeah,
I remember him from last year.
He was in Michigan. Remember, he started in Michigan, big lefty.
Okay. All right. But is it me, or is there no real buzz surrounding the tournament? The only buzz I've heard, Jay, and maybe it's because of the people I follow on social media, is how the hell did North Carolina get in, and why is Louisville number 8 seed?
Right.
Like, outside of that,
you didn't see the politician from West Virginia politicking?
Was he out of pocket for that?
He was out of pocket.
Nah, bro, he got screwed. He's sticking up for his school, Jay.
Well, he was out of pocket because in the form of, and this is what people are going to say, if you talk to a sports guy like myself, politic on anything, right? But he's out of pocket because it's a public forum. People are like, dude, we got other stuff to worry about. But I get it.
I'm saying his school, and West Virginia ain't that big. They ain't got much going on out there.
That's true.
Basketball, their university basketball team, that's a big thing. So he's representing. But Dan Shaughnessy of the Boston Globe, one of my guys, he can upset some people with what he writes. But he had a column in the Globe talking about the NCAA tournament and how he really just doesn't care. He said, quote, "No thanks, Basketball America. I'll be sitting this one out. I'm not sure I'd watch the Monday, April 7th men's championship game if they played it in my driveway. Seriously, the NCAA men's basketball tournament used to be great, but I have a hard time understanding how folks invest dollars and emotions in today's farce that has almost nothing to do with colleges and universities." And Jay, I kind of agree with him for this reason. Steve Alford, coach of, where's Steve at? Is he at Nevada? Steve Alford, former IU Hoosier, had a scathing take. He said, as a coach now, with this NIL era, with this transfer portal era, recruits don't come in and say, hey, how can you get me to the pros? How can you develop me? What's your academics like? What's my role going to? He said, all they want to know is how much NIL money is I'm going to get. We have turned college athletics into a capitalist society. And maybe I'm old school. And I'm not saying players shouldn't be paid. I'm saying it's ruined what used to be a great sport. Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I'm old. But this NCAA tournament, because of the portal, there's no allegiances anymore. As Dan Shaughnessy said, he has a hard time understanding how folks invest dollars and emotions in today's farce that has almost nothing to do with colleges and universities. So really what's happening is we're not cheering for the kids in the uniform. We're just cheering for the uniform. And when it changes every single year, how can you have a connection to these players because of the portal in the NIL, Jay? And maybe I'm wrong. We're going to ask Dan Bonner about this coming up at the 5 o'clock hour, at the top of the hour. But is it me, or do I feel the lack of buzz surrounding? And maybe it's our area, Jay. Maybe it's Northern California. Maybe when Sac State elevates, maybe when UC Davis elevates and gets to the conferences that they want to get to, maybe it'll be a bigger deal. But right now, I couldn't tell you who's going to win. Maybe it's Florida, just because I'm looking at the number one seed. Maybe it's Duke. Auburn been up there all the way. Alabama's been top 10. I know that. But I don't know. I feel like college basketball, man, is just different now, Jay.
Well, all college sports is, Drake. And you're already on the record of saying, these kids should get paid. Absolutely. Right. We've been through there. I remember the times of, and a lot of people never really had this discussion. When you were on a full ride scholarship, you got a stipend, right? And more times than not, definitely in baseball, you were more or less a pitcher, a star, pitcher and a catcher. Football, maybe half the team would be on full rides. Basketball, pretty much every single person was on a full ride, and they would get a stipend. And depending on what school, what college, or what state you lived in. But I say all that to say it depended on the value of the stipend. One of my friends wound up going to the University of Hawaii to play wide receiver. And I remember at the time, this was 2000, he was a couple years in front of me. He literally was getting $900 a month because he was on the full ride at University of Hawaii, which is unbelievable. And couldn't live on it. And we're talking about Hawaii, which is super uber expensive, right? But I say that to the point of it's the pendulum has swung so much to the athlete,
right?
That the essence of college sports is completely different. And as a former athlete, as a former college guy who went through the clearinghouse and had to take the SATs and was told to take the ACT and all these other different things that you had to be pushed into, it was a scheme, man. Yeah. It really was. And so I appreciate the fact that now players are getting what they're worth. And even if you dislike it, even if you are, as you said, maybe you're just OG, maybe you come from the staple of college sports is supposed to be somewhat amateur. Mm-hmm. If not amateur as these guys are getting paid, but have the essence of an amateur feel, then I can understand it. But we damn sure don't need to go back to guys not making no money.
I agree with
right?
that, yes.
So with that being the foundation, because I wanted to make sure that we get that nice and clear. Without being the foundation, because what's going to happen, Drapes, is I guarantee 916-339-1140. Somebody's going to call and jump on me or jump on you. Well, these guys, the reason why is because these guys are getting paid too much money. Well, so are pro athletes too. Yeah, these guys should be getting paid because schools and NCAA, which is a whole mob in itself, is getting paid billions of dollars. And they've been getting billions, if not trillions of dollars throughout the history of the NCAA. With that being said, it's different. It really is different. Times have changed. And what's wrong with times changing in the form of, Drapes? Sometimes, my grandmother always says this, there's a season to everything. Mm-hmm. Maybe your season of love for college sports and March Madness and NCAA and the tournament and whatever you want to call it has changed. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's changed throughout the world or, as you said, throughout the country.
Right. Okay.
I think there are a lot of people who are super excited about it, but I also believe, there is something to the form of, you know what? These guys are getting paid a lot of money now. And some people kind of tend to see it a little different than what it was 10, 12, 15 years ago, and so I really think that may be the loss for you, your love lost. But I'm a true believer, Drapes. If we jump out and, we're supposed to be a time watch bar on Thursday, that's the beginning of the tournament. It's going to be 63 TVs pumping and piping through. But have you ever been to Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
For NCAA tournament?
Not for the tournament.
Okay.
No.
Well, I know you've been to Vegas big time.
All right. I know, right.
But for the tournament,
it's nuts out there.
Dude, you got to go. Even if it's Reno. Maybe we got to, boss man, we taking off.
Like, let's do it from Reno up there or something, right?
And then you got to take the 15-minute flight here for the Kings game.
Right.
But no, Drapes, in reality, I think if you go to Reno, you go to Tahoe, and of course it's for different circumstances, but the love of the tournament is crazy.
It's still there, you think?
It's there, man.
Because I've just gambling degenerates,
well, but that might be part of it. Right. But isn't that part of sports? Isn't that part of why football is such at a high level because of fantasy sports and gambling and betting? Isn't that the part? Isn't that the fact that why we're putting cash casinos and arenas and stadiums now? You know,
right? It's just
books.
what it is.
Yeah,
right now.
like I mean, it's part of it. I just think you've lost your love for it, Drapes. I think the season for March Madness, because now you've elevated to the big boys, to the NBA. You moving, you're hobnobbing, you're snoozing, you're getting the per diem every single day. You know what I mean? It's different, right?
Right, it is.
It's different. And maybe you've changed, the sport has changed, and maybe both of you guys just ain't parallel. You ain't congruent anymore.
Do you think, and I'm just thinking here, do you think there's still a connection? For instance, I'm going to just look at the bracket right here. Creighton.
Playing Louisville.
Oh, you on top of it.
Yeah,
you know that.
take a look, man.
You all right, you on top. But if guys are coming in and out of the portal, they're only there for 1 year, can you really get an attachment to these guys? Like, and let's say you're not a fan of Creighton. Like, for instance, I knew so-and-so was going to be at Louisville 1, 2, 3 years.
Okay.
Now, one guy's at the Louisville 1 year. He had IU the next year. He had Marquette. And so it's like, I look up, I'm like, damn, he played for them now? And so and I understand freedom of movement. People say, well, the coaches can do it.
Sure.
I get it. But does it take away from the
Absolutely.
the actual investment in it? And maybe, like you said, I'm in the NBA, I'm covering, so it's hard to watch and stay on top of college. Like when I worked in Louisville, that's what we did. That was our
the Sacramento. That was the Kings beat.
Yep, that was the beat that we were on. And we'll ask Dan Bonner this coming up at the top of the hour. Let me ask you this, because you said it too. 916-339-1140. In Vegas and Reno, sportsbooks is still a thing.
Absolutely. As Alan Stiles texted me and said he was in Reno for March Madness, and it was lit.
It was lit? So
it will be lit in Sacramento.
All right, so maybe it's just me then.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's your love, man. But you have good reasons. It's the essence of old college hoop when you covered it.
Yeah.
And when I say old, I'm going back 15 years ago.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I
understand that, Drapes. I completely get it. And that's why I said the pendulum has completely swung. It's now in the players' hands. There's got to be an equal balance. Now, I'll give you that. Right. You can't just, and we've seen it. The number one quarterback this year, number one prospect coming into college this year, Bryce Underwood, right? Going to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to LSU. Then he was going to Penn State or wherever. He was going somewhere secondary. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, no, I'm going to Michigan, right? And then we read Michigan got a bunch of endowment. A bunch of donors jump under Tom Brady giving money.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson out there politicking. Yeah. You know, so money definitely speaks. That NIL definitely caught Underwood's attention. But there's got to be something where it's like, okay, if you do sign with the school, you got to at least give them 2 years if you're going to be, you know, and now I'll kick it back to basketball.
Right.
If you're going to be in the college ranks for 2 years.
Right.
And maybe that'll help. I just think it's been so lopsided for so long that now
it's overcorrected,
yes,
though, right?
It's
gone the other way now.
Yes.
And we've seen coaches, Florida State, say, you know what? I'm done.
I'm out.
It's too much.
Yep.
It's too much. Leonard Hamilton down there.
Yep.
I'm done. We've seen Miami, Larinaga say,
it's not for me.
It's not for me anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to slide up to play coaching in the pro ranks.
Right. It just seems, and we're going to have Dan Bonner, and he covers this for a living. This is his thing.
Yeah, it'll be in the Final Four. He's on the mic.
He's on the mic. I just feel like, and maybe, you know, like I said, times have changed. Maybe I haven't changed. And Dan Shaughnessy wrote an article about it on the Boston Globe.
And see, Dan is OG, though.
He's OG.
Like, he comes from the essence of amateurism. He comes from the fact that, you know, guys play 4 years. If not 4, you played 3. If you were great, you played 2. You know, if you was part of the Fab 5, you might have snuck out after 1 or 2. You know, it's one of those things.
But Jay, and you know better than I do. I know some of the names, but I feel like the movement, the one and done, there aren't many stars like they used to be in college.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like the stars are gone.
Because they're everywhere else. The G League. The same league you work for is responsible, right?
Right.
And prior to the NIL and prior to the money drapes, it's like, man, you know, it's the old verbiage. If I can go fight for my country, why in the hell I can't get paid to play a sport?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's digging deep, but that's one of the things that when you got to college, and you know this, man, you go through all these different things you have to go through to become a college athlete. You're like, damn, I should be getting paid for this. And everybody's always, well, you getting an education. Okay.
Right. But I'm making the university money.
Absolutely.
Right. Like, for instance, you go to a college team store, you see the jerseys in there.
Man.
And even if they ain't got the names.
Man.
We know who number 14 is or number 7 is on UCLA or whoever it is.
Come on, Drake.
We ain't buying. Yeah, exactly.
One of my coaches used to always say this. It's mighty funny that everything we supposed to be student athletes first. You guys supposed to be student athletes first. But just what you said, I walk into the college bookstore on campus, the den, the hut, the barn, whatever y'all call it, you know, your college campus store. It ain't that many books around. Let me tell you that. It ain't that many books around. You got to go to the bookstore.
Yeah.
There's a separate store nowadays on big campuses. My daughter goes to a school. You got to buy books right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk into the school store, let me tell you, everything in there is gear, is merch. No books. Not one, not a pamphlet, not a Scantron, not a number 2 pencil, Drake. None of that, big time. The pendulum has swung to the point to where guys like you who had the opportunity to cover it when it had that essence of amateurism, I can understand it.
Right.
I get it. So from someone, your standpoint, like, yeah, it's lost its luster because it's coming. That's not how you have gotten to this point. That's not where you're raised from. You know, that's not what you remember. Absolutely. Stars, big names, they're not there. I don't care what anybody say. There aren't many casual sports fans who can name 10 college players anymore. It's just not it.
Like back in the day,
they were littered.
I knew the entire, like, Anthony Davis, Zion even we knew. I'm talking even since Zion, John Morant,
10, 15 years ago.
Right, we knew that. Now Cooper Flag, and it's not even because of what they did in college.
Nah.
It's because of what they did in high school. The college careers inconsequential.
Yes.
If it's just a means to get to the league. And so the college game, to me, the interest is just different. I got to get Dan Bonner's take on this because he's in it every single day. He's calling the games every single day. He's living it. Has the college game, the NCAA tournament, which is underway right now, lost its luster? I'll ask Dan Bonner that of CBS Sports next on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Consolidated Communications.
From the KCRA3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman. Sunny Wednesday morning, but cold again with valley temperatures in the upper 30s. Afternoon highs in the mid-60s with increasing clouds and a few showers around sunset. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Want internet with more speed and less frustration? Fidium Fiber Internet is better because it's built to deliver more bandwidth and speeds up to 2 gigs. Switch today and you can kiss buffering and weak Wi-Fi goodbye. Visit FidiumFiber.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents. Their love language is verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, a venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get ready for the high-octane action. It's the 76th season opener at the Stockton 99 Speedway, March 29th. Watch the intense racing action as the Stockton Late Models, NorCal Mini Stocks, NorCal Legend Series, Pure Stocks, and Fast Car Solutions Mini Modifieds tear up the track. It's fast, it's thrilling, it's non-stop action you don't want to miss. Family-friendly fun, food, and excitement for everyone. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 6. Stockton 99 Speedway, where speed and excitement come to life. March 29th. Be there for the 76th season opener. For tickets, visit Stockton99.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more.
With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Power up your drive with more miles and fewer fill-ups. Toyota leads the way with more hybrids than any other brand, backed by Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop great deals on 16 Toyota hybrid models from the longest-lasting brand on the road. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year complimentary scheduled maintenance plan. Don't miss the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. See your Toyota dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Drapes and Jay, the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140. Kevin Whitey Gleason out today, out sick. Hopefully he's better and we'll be back in this chair tomorrow. It's right here, Jay, another song on the playlist, the pregame playlist right here. Get me hyped.
I like the fact you still got a playlist to get you ready for play-by-play duty.
Yeah, man. I got a playlist for whatever mood I'm in. Whatever mood I'm in.
Dan's got a playlist?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Let's bring in our next guest. Dan Bonner, CBS Sports college basketball analyst, soon to be officially inducted into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame. Dan, you're on with Drapes and Jay, man. Thanks for jumping on with us. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, guys. I hope you are.
Doing great. Tournament is underway. First 4 games are starting. We just had a conversation here. And, Dan, I'll give you my background. I used to work in Louisville, Kentucky when Rick Pitino was the coach at U of L. Tubby Smith was at UK. You had, all the great players, the great history, the great rivalry. And so I loved college basketball. Now here in Sacramento, we're a pro sports town. I work for the Sacramento Kings. And I'm not feeling the buzz with this tournament as in previous years. What am I missing? You're on the ground floor. Your boots are on the ground. What's the excitement level for this time of year in college basketball?
Well, this is like the crown jewel of college basketball. I mean, everybody who's anything involved with college basketball looks forward to this all year round. And I mean, there's no shortage of controversy this year, like there always is. Mm-hmm. And so, no, I think what we've seen is the dominance of the SEC, at least according to the numbers, all year long. And then there's 14 SEC teams in the tournament. Maybe that's discouraged some people. I don't know, but I'm as excited as I've ever been about the tournament. It's, I'm always excited about this tournament. I live for this.
Dan, someone who's been, as Drape said, boots on the ground for a long time and has the opportunity to call a lot of these games every single season in the tournament. Please tell me, and I'm stepping out right now on faith, fellas. Please tell me why I should not pick Houston to win to cut down the Nets.
There isn't a single reason in the world.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
I think one of the things that surprises me about the lead up to this tournament is there haven't been more people talking about Houston. Houston, they've got better offense this year. They still guard the heck out of you.
Yeah.
Now, I know they haven't been undefeated. They don't have the depth, say, of an Auburn. They may not have the overall talent level of a Duke, but they've got really good players. They've got experienced players. And like I say, they guard the heck out of you. And, you get in this tournament, you're not going to shoot the ball well every game, and that's going to save some people. So I'm not predicting Houston will win, but there's not a reason in the world why you shouldn't.
Dan Bonner joining us, CBS Sports college basketball analyst. Dan, you mentioned the SEC, 14 out of 16 teams getting in. Conversely, you look at the ACC, people are like, how the heck did North Carolina get it in? What are some of the biggest, issues with the bracket? I know my people out in Louisville are saying a number 8 seed. Like, how did the NCAA tournament selection committee rectifies what some think are errors in the selection process?
Well, of course, you never the people who work on that selection committee, they do the very best they can, but they're not dealing with really teams. They're dealing with numbers, and so whenever you're looking at numbers, then sometimes you can make mistakes in the real world. And sometimes that happens. Louisville, I think they could have deserved a better seed than a number 8 seed, particularly since if they win their first game, they're probably going to have to play Auburn. And nobody wants to play Auburn. If you're going to play Auburn, you'd like to play them in the national championship game. But I think Louisville paid the price for what everybody, not everybody, what the metrics and the analytics where they judged the ACC this year. And Louisville, I think, paid the price for that. And all that goes back to the way they do things, the net, and your own net isn't the most important thing. It's the net of the people you're playing, because that gives you quad 1 and quad 2 and all that nonsense. And in November and December is when where all that stuff is set. If you play well and everybody else in your conference plays well, then by the time your conference season starts, everybody in that conference is guaranteed a heck of a lot of quad 1 and quad 2 games. And so that's how a team like a Texas, and I'm not criticizing Texas, but Texas in that conference lost 2/3 of their games. They were 6-12.
Wow.
And that team is in the NCAA tournament. It's not because what they did in the conference, it's because of what they did in November and December. And that's always been my beef, not always, but it's been my beef with the NCAA tournament selection process ever since we went to the NCAA evaluation tool, the net, and this quad business.
Joined by Dan Bonner, CBS. Dan, you're taking us through Final Four or Elite Eight? I can't remember.
Well, we go through the Elite Eight.
Okay.
I'm with Kevin Harlan, Stan Van Gundy, and Lauren Shahadi again, and we'll do the first and second round this weekend. And then next weekend we'll do one of the regionals, and then we'll turn it over to Ian Eagle and Bill Raftery and Grant Hill and those guys.
Joined by Dan Bonner of CBS. I asked you that, Dan, because I'm a huge fan of the first weekend, as I think most people are, because it's just wall-to-wall basketball. I feel like at every single minute of every single day of the Thursday and Friday is just you can't miss, a single hoop. How does one, of course, being the brother of Kyle Draper, play-by-play, yourself being an analyst, how does one get prepared for so many games so quick?
Well, that's always the big challenge. And I've been scrambling around for 2 days now because our site is Milwaukee, and normally we'd have 8 teams to get ready for, but now we've got 10.
Right.
Because at our site, both of the winners of the games between 11 seeds in the tournament are coming to our site. And so you can't wait. You can't wait until the game is over tomorrow. So you've got to prepare for all those teams. And, it is a challenge. I think that it's important that everybody on your crew not prepare for the same thing, and you all prepare a little bit differently. And then you just hope that when you get into the tournament, you don't make a mistake. I can't tell you how many times over the last, and this will be my 39th NCAA tournament, how many times over all those years I started to tell a story about some player, and then I realized, wait a minute, he's not in this game. And so that's the challenge, and that's the challenge for everybody.
Hey, Dan, one of the biggest names, biggest stars is Cooper Flagg. Obviously, he rolled his ankle in the ACC tournament. How does that impact Duke? They still got the 1 seed. How does that impact their tournament chances here?
If he's healthy, then their tournament chances are just as good as they've always been. If he's not 100% healthy, then that has a major impact. Obviously, they demonstrated by beating a couple of pretty good teams in the ACC tournament without Cooper Flagg that they can function without him. But you watch him on television and you think, wow, he's pretty good. But when you see him in person, he's so much better than he looks on television. So he's obviously a key factor. If he's healthy, then I think Duke has a legitimate chance. I'm not saying they will, but I think they have a legitimate chance to win the national championship. If he's not healthy, I think there are other teams in the field like Houston, like Auburn, who would be too much for them.
Dan, we have to ask you the obligatory, upset questions. Right. And as you know, you're better than anyone. Who's some of the teams that you have your eye on, maybe first, second round, that you think may be able to make a Sweet 16 run that might not be on everybody's wish list?
Well, one of the things I'm going to tell you is, and it all depends on what happens tonight, but North Carolina, with all the hue and cry about whether or not they should get in, if they can win the game tonight, they're playing really well. Then I think that they've got a pretty good chance. Ole Miss is very good, but North Carolina can really score. Iowa State and Lipscomb, Iowa State's a little bit banged up. And so I think North Carolina, even though that's like a crazy thing to say that would be an upset because obviously they're North Carolina, but I think North Carolina is a team that can make a run out of the first four just because they're playing so well. I think that, as you look at other places on the bracket, everybody's been talking about Drake, and I think they're a really good team to talk about. And that's one of those 6-11 games that a lot of people pick for upset, but Drake is a little bit different kind of an animal. And I think that they could give Missouri a tough time. And then they would play the winner of Memphis, they would play the winner of Texas. They would play the winner of Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington. And Texas Tech has had a great year, but again, Drake is one of those odd teams. The Missouri Valley Conference is a great league, and they won the league, and they're a great story. They played 4 guys that were playing Division II last year. So I think that's a fun thing.
That's our guy Dan Bonner joining us, CBS College Sports, college basketball analyst. Dan, my final question for you is, when you look at the landscape of this tournament, how wide open is it versus, maybe a decade ago, 20 years ago?
I think that the talent in college basketball, because of the transfer portal, because of this NIL, I think it's as widely distributed as it's ever been. I think there are some really strong teams that I think should be favored. For example, I don't know that, like with Auburn and Duke and Houston, and Florida and Alabama, Tennessee. I don't know that there are any teams in the tournament except among that group I just mentioned that could beat any of those teams in a 7-game series. But we're not playing 7 games. We're playing 1. And I think that every team out there has some vulnerabilities. And I just think it's going to be a fabulous tournament. I'm really interested to see, can the SEC perform as well now as they did in November and December? And that's going to be one of the storylines that I'm going to follow. But I think there's a lot of really good teams, and I think the talent is much more well distributed now than it was 10 years ago, just because everybody's transferring all the time.
Real quick, Dan, before we let you go, just your quick thoughts on Ace Bailey and Mr. Harper up there. I'm pretty sure you had a great time watching them this year. What's your thoughts on them?
Well, obviously, I think they're really good players, and I've never been one who's really been able to figure out what the NBA is looking for. But certainly all the scouts I talk to, everybody I know who follows the NBA with great interest, talks about how those guys are going to be two of the top draft picks, and they're looking forward to great careers in the NBA. And I just hope they don't get hurt at some point early in their careers. And I think they're fabulous players. I know that the folks from Rutgers, having those two guys on the team, were disappointed that their season didn't go as well as they hoped it would go, but that doesn't mean those guys aren't great players.
Dan Bonner, thank you for joining us, CBS college basketball analyst. I know you'll be busy this month, man. Looking forward to all your calls. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Well, guys, thanks for inviting me. Enjoy the tournament.
All right, should be wild and fun. Dan Bonner joining us. First 4 underway right now. St. Francis with a lead over Alabama State, 10:25 to go in the second half.
I got your juices flowing?
Yeah, a little bit.
I knew it.
I'll be ready come Thursday when we're broadcasting from Tom's Watch Bar.
Okay,
Your boy going to be tuned in.
Same.
I didn't fill out a bracket, though, Jay.
I haven't done it either.
You haven't done it?
Nah, I mean, we got some things jumping off around the office with a few folks, so we'll have to figure that out. But I've just started to kind of, put my toe into the water.
Okay.
I said this, the last 2 years, college hoop, I've watched less college hoop than I've watched any other time.
Right.
And a lot of it is because of what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just not there for me.
Right.
And the star power is not there. As much as people who love college basketball, they'll try to tell you Broom or Caleb Love, or like you said, sorry, it's just like, it's not there. It's not there. They're not the same. Those guys aren't looked at the same as the Grant Hills, the Tim Duncans, the Sean Resperts.
Right. Sean Resperts. Oh, man, you're right about
Scotty
that.
Thurman,
Yes.
The Childress,
right?
Start diving deep, but that it's not the same. They don't correlate the same no more, Drake. So I understand what you're saying,
right?
But I think just what Dan is saying, if nothing else, now is the time where you throw out everything. As I say, you throw out all the water in the bathtub, right? Because it's the tournament. It's wall-to-wall basketball.
Right.
On the West Coast, when you wake up, 9 o'clock is jumping.
Yeah, you're right.
When you go to bed, you're like, oh man. And then at the same time, now that we have phones and tablets and everything else, we're consistently updated on scores, who did what, the buzzer beater, the major upset, the 2 versus the 15, all these different things. Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to be locked in. Come Thursday, starting to watch it right now. St. Francis, Alabama State, first 4 game underway. Coming up next.
That's out to the SWAC.
Yes. We'll get back to the Kings as they get ready for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's the Drive Guy, Sacktown Sports, 1140.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 or more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. A CGM can immediately reduce pain. It's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Plus, get free shipping, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. Call now to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Paid for by U.S. Medical Supply.
Call 800-611-6638. That's 800-611-6638. Again, 800-611-6638. That's 800-611-6638.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper. You know I'm a big guy, right, everybody? So sometimes, even my SUV or sedan, I want a little more space. Maybe I want to take the fellas to the football game or to the basketball game. Maybe I want to go golfing. Well, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has the perfect solution. They have a Vans Fleet Center, and they understand your business needs. They understand your personal needs as well. They have a great inventory and a huge selection, and plus, they have the perfect van to power your fleet, including the new fully electric e-Sprinter alongside those reliable diesel options. So if you're looking for a new van just for personal reasons or even for your business fleet, head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And get this, you can take advantage of their exclusive limited time 0% APR financing offer for up to 60 months on select models. So head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbfstockton.com and tell them Drape sent you.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Free wellness, red light therapy, infrared, trim pod, cold plunge, halo therapy, sunbeds, and more. All free during Wellness Weekend at California Sun Wellness Spas. No sign up required. Free at all California Sun Wellness Spa locations this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. CaliforniaSun.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Drapes and Jay, it's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140. NCAA tournament is underway. Your Sacramento Kings in the throes of a postseason race right now, coming off a big win last night over the Memphis Grizzlies, 132-122. Everybody contributing to last night's win. Still waiting on word from Domantas Sabonis and his injury status. Was looking at the updated injury report right now. The Kings have not reported anything. Maybe it'll come out here in the next 9 minutes or so, the update for tomorrow. I do know Cleveland, the Cavaliers taking on the Clippers as of last check. Evan Mobley was questionable last night. Jay.
Yes.
Questionable.
Yes.
So he may not play tonight, and who knows, maybe tomorrow he's dealing with a right foot contusion. That would be good. Let me ask you this, though, as we talk about our Sacramento Kings. They beat the Grizzlies without John Morant, no Santi Aldama. Who knows who's playing tomorrow for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Does it matter who the opponent is and who's suiting up, Jay? Because I'm looking at it, you know, you're beating teams without their star players. But at this point in the season, everybody's dealing with stuff. They're beating us without some of our players. And so this whole notion of, well, you haven't had a quality win, or you beat this guy, this team, when this guy wasn't there. So what? It's happening all around the league.
Agreed, man.
And we're in no position to be like, nah, you know what? You're right. You can have that win back. We stacking wins. Dude, we're without Domas. He might not play tomorrow. Probably won't play tomorrow. He missed 5 games earlier. We missed Malik for 3 games. It happens. Last year, no Malik, no Kevin Huerter. Teams didn't feel sorry for us. And so whoever Cleveland brings in town tomorrow, whether Mitchell plays or Garland plays or not, or Mobley plays, it won't matter, Sacramento Kings fans. At this point of the season, we're taking wins. Now, if this was October, November, you still had 60 games. Yeah, Kings, you might be 20-2, but you ain't playing it. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. But now, I'm taking wins however we can get them, no matter who's suiting up, Jay, for the opponent.
I know I am. I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm not apologizing for no W. I don't care if it was the first game or the last game, game 1 or game 82. As I've been the person on this panel that's been preaching. I don't give a damn if you, me, or anybody else is playing.
Right.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
I'm not into all of that. Well, he didn't have, his wife wasn't in attendance. Right. The owner had to fly him in the day before. The Skittles weren't green. I don't care. A win is a win. I'm a competitor. I want to win.
Yes.
I don't take it easy on my daughter. I didn't take it easy when she was 3, 4, 5, 6. You could call it what you want to say. I've been accused of being too competitive for too long for me to be apologizing about a win. So I'm with you, Drapes. We at the dog days of the season now. It's a race to the end.
Yep.
However you can get a W is however you can get a W. And as they say, you live to fight another day.
And I'm sorry. I just got something sent to us on the text line.
Okay.
916, Folsom Mike. Maybe he's just trolling. You seeing what I'm saying, Jay?
I see what you're saying.
At what point do you just say, screw the season and get a lottery pick? We're not beating OKC. Folsom Mike, did you just hear what we were just talking about? We're in the fight to the finish right here. We are not in the business of tanking. We may still get a lottery pick. That's still that's still on the table.
Yeah.
If we had a bunch of young guys, okay, I see it. I understand what you think DeMar DeRozan trying to tank at this stage in his career? Zach LaVine Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk. These dudes laying it all on the line trying to make a push. And I'm of the belief that even if you don't think you're beating OKC in a first-round playoff series, the experience will help you going forward. If this is going to be our core, now if you're thinking Monty's going to blow it up, drastic changes are coming, if that's his plan, all right, maybe you have a point. But if Zach's going to be here, DeMar, Keegan, this is our core, any kind of postseason experience is experience gain, is going to help you, Folsom Mike. Now's not the time to be saying tank. Now, if you're the Sixers, you have no hope. You got aging stars. You were never in it. I get it. But if people are tanking when you're in the 9th spot, if I'm Adam Silver and you start tanking, what the hell's the play-in tournament for? And so, Folsom Mike, you're entitled to your opinion, but you say at what point do you just say screw the season? That ain't happening. That's after there will not come a point because we're pretty much locked in. I mean, it would be off a cliff, Jay, like off a cliff. And Phoenix and Dallas will have to play out of their minds for them to pass us. So, Folsom Mike, you can't just say screw the season. We're in the fight. And when you say we're not beating OKC, I've seen stranger things happen, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We saw Denver upset Seattle. Who knows? We saw Indiana last year make a run to the Eastern Conference. Who knows if OKC is going to be fully healthy? Knock on wood. Shea Gilgeous is my guy. But he twisted an ankle. Who knows? You play to get an opportunity to do something special, Folsom Mike. And what you're telling me is punt on the opportunity to do something special.
Drapes, we got to take a break. But I want to, on the backside of this, I want to talk about lottery pick real fast. Because every single time it pops up here in Sacramento, it's like, have we forgotten our history?
Right.
Tank for a lottery pick. Just think about some of the names the Kings have picked in the lottery. Are we that sure of ourselves, sure of this organization? And again, it's different regimes. But I'm just saying, the luck of the Kings at St. Patrick's Day, the luck of the Irish, right? St. Patrick's Day yesterday. But Just think about it. I want to talk about that.
All right, we'll get back to that. Plus, we'll take your phone calls, 916-339-1140. We're going to talk about the NBA draft lottery, and should the Kings even consider tanking? We all say no right here. We all say no, but you may have a different opinion. You're listening to The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place.
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business.
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Danzig live. With special guests Down, Aboth, and Cro-Mags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
station in Sacramento, giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
I know you don't know this, Drapes.
Nah, I don't.
Nah, because as much as you've surprised me throughout the history of knowing, Northern California rap.
Yep.
You had to be from damn near Sacramento to know this one.
Who that's right here?
It's Hollow Tip.
I never heard of Hollow Tip.
Yeah, man. Legend, man.
Is he from Sac?
Legend, yeah, man, from the north side. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
North Highlands, man.
Who's getting it right now in Sacramento, rapping wise? Ooh. Everybody talk about
Laugh.
Mozzie.
It's Lavish D.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim Mozzie.
Okay.
Definitely get it. DB by the bag.
Okay.
Definitely a young gun getting it and moving and grooving. Unfortunately, and this is the tough part, we've lost some good brothers.
Okay.
Some good sisters. Sweetie, depending on where she want to be from the day of. Stunner girl, she's super hot.
Okay.
Right now. Okay. Coney, definitely out there.
Jay, you want? Okay.
Man,
Jay, you be surprising me, man.
Yeah, shots out, but it's still some, T-Nutty, moving and grooving, Stunner Blue.
Who's the biggest artist, rap-wise, that come out of Sac?
Oh, it's one of the three. It's either Lynch, Sebo,
Sebo,
or Mozzie.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I'm a Lynch guy. You know that.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
It's one of
Brother
those
Lynch
three.
Hung. That's what I grew up on.
But I mean, there's been so many guys who've come through it. Briss, Bueno, Doey Rock,
man,
Gangsta Dre.
Dude, you still supposed to introduce me to Brother Lynch.
You're right.
Remember, we've been talking about that for 2 years now, Jay.
True. We need to put something together, but the problem is you a corporate man.
No. The problem is
you're a corporate man.
This ain't the platform to do it on, right? That's what the problem is.
And we don't have a third party platform to get you on right now. The Kings and stuff.
Yeah. All right, Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Folsom Mike set off a firestorm in the text line. I mean, this dude, we were just slowly limping into the finish, and then he said, "At what point do you just say screw the season and get a lottery pick? We're not beating OKC." Let me read some of the comments here real quickly here, Jay. That's like saying, this from the 916, you ain't winning the championship yet this year, then tank. Well, only one team wins it every year. So should all the other teams tank? Somebody says, 916, all I see is positive by winning. You need to win to get in the playoffs, and every game you play, the team gets more. It's a win-win. So I think the consensus is, Jay, we ain't taking.
No.
UPS Chris, hell no, you don't tank. We need to give the Hawks that pick. If you want to tank, go to the fish store. And to your point, Jay, lottery pick ain't guaranteed.
No,
even if you
man.
got a lottery pick, that ain't guaranteed that you're going to turn out.
Drapes, it kills me when Kings fans is like, oh, we need to pick. And I know it's separate regimes, but it just always pops. Thomas Robinson, Ben McLemore.
Why are you doing that, man?
Stauskas, Marvin Bagley, Bismack Biyombo, even though they traded.
Yeah.
Just Jason Thompson got love for him. He's an Eagles guy. In the lottery. Spencer Hawes. Oh, I mean.
And to your point, the Kings.
Tariq Abdul-Wahab.
Oh, shoot. The Kings' failures in the lottery have been well documented. But how about this, Jay? I just picked a random year.
Yeah.
2020. I'm going to look at the lottery from 2020.
Okay.
Tell me the hits versus the misses.
Okay.
Number 1, Anthony Edwards.
Of course.
Number 2, James Wiseman.
A miss.
Number 3, LaMelo Ball.
Not playing.
That's your boy. That's your boy. Number 4, Patrick Williams.
For me, it's a miss right now.
Number 5, Isaac Okoro. To me, still a miss. We're talking top 5.
Coin flip, yeah.
Number 6, Onyeka Okongwu.
A miss.
Killian Hayes, number 7.
A miss. Just got back to the league.
Number 8, Obi Toppin. Solid player. He's solid.
Bench guy, yeah, rotational.
Denny Avdia, number 9.
A lot of folks like him. I don't see it yet.
I like him. How he play?
I don't see it yet.
Jalen Smith at number 10.
Yeah, definitely a miss.
I'm just going through the lottery here. Number 11, Devin Vassell. He's good, right?
He's a baller. Yeah.
12, our boy Tyrese.
Yeah.
13, Kyra Lewis Jr.
Right, I was going to say super miss. Yeah.
14, Aaron Nesmith.
Rotational guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, same draft outside the lottery. I'm going to just throw out some names. Cole Anthony.
Come on,
solid
now.
player. Tyrese Maxey. Come on, man.
Can I get him?
Emmanuel Quickly. Peyton Pritchard. Desmond Bain.
Man.
I'm just going down the list here, Jay.
King killer.
Yeah. So what? Nick Richards, who just was at Phoenix, who's a starting caliber center. What I'm saying is, getting the lottery pick, and what you're saying, based on Kings history, it don't even guarantee that you'll get the pick right. And also, even if you're out of the lottery, you still have talent. Look at this year.
Yeah.
Dalton Connect.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Should have been
Jared
King.
McCain, Khalil Ware. Like, why are we so obsessed? Like somebody on the YouTube chat said, Garrett Young, I don't know why everyone is so obsessed with tanking.
Yeah.
Give me 5 teams that tanked and won a championship with 5 to 10 years because of it. It doesn't happen. It's actually not the best path to a championship.
Yeah.
Who's the last team that tanked to win a title? Actually tanked.
Yeah. Wasn't Boston.
Wasn't Denver.
Wasn't Milwaukee.
Wasn't Milwaukee.
Wasn't Denver.
No Golden
Not the
State.
Warriors.
Toronto didn't do it. That's what I'm
Toronto.
saying. So what are we talking about? What is why are people obsessed with tanking? They're obsessed with the possibility, but not the reality. You know, it's like buying a lottery ticket.
Right.
1 in 2 billion chance, but I got a chance.
Yeah.
But it ain't, you know what?
You ain't got a chance.
You ain't really got a chance.
Come on now. It doesn't really work. It's the tough part is, and this the other thing that on top of I was going to push forward it. The narrative is this, Drapes. If you tank, you said it, you're really looking at another 10 years or so until you're really bubbling.
Yeah.
Like you at the precipice of winning a championship, unless you get lucky. You know, you have to really get lucky. Like the Clippers had SGA in their hands.
Right.
It was in their hands and they spun it.
In OKC.
Jokic came out of nowhere. If you take 2 steps back, at one point in time, there was an argument on who should they trade the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Was it Nurkic and Jokic?
Yeah. Nurkic, yeah.
It's like you have to get lucky. You absolutely have to hit. Now, there are, clearly, Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man to me was a no-brainer.
Yeah,
he was going to hit. The LeBron Jameses, the Zions, even though he doesn't have health. The Wembies. Yeah, like those guys are guaranteed, stars. Bona fide, can't miss. You can see it since they were in AAU. Those guys are going to be good. And I continue to ask. I got all the love. I got all the belief. I always got the Kings fans back. But are Kings fans really willing to go through another decade?
Right.
And people have said, well, Jay, we ain't won nothing anyway, so what does it matter? I get it. But we always getting older. There's always things moving and shaking around us. And you got a little bit of taste. As I said, Kings fans got a taste of that pure cane sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Not that sweet and low.
That 100%
yes,
uncut.
Yes,
right,
they C&H, man.
Right.
They got it. They got it.
Yep.
And it's tough to say, oh, that thing sweet. And then all of a sudden, now you're getting me sweet and low? You giving me some type of replacement? Nobody want to do that. How did we go from, and this is where I get it, is Kings fans always say this, Drapes, and you get it more than I do.
Yeah.
How did we go from playoffs to play-ins? And all of a sudden, now we too good for the play-in? And that's what it frustrates me. How all of a sudden, we ain't hit the lottery? Like you just said, the Kings didn't hit the lottery all of a sudden?
Right.
Why are we too good for the play-in now?
Right.
Man, 4 years ago, people would have been on their kneecaps begging for a play-in game.
Mm-hmm. And now, we too good for that.
Oh, man, come on now. Now we like Kyle Draper. We eating at the kitchen.
Hey.
I can't even forget Wayne's Walk.
I can't even get into the kitchen right now. They booking out till June, they said right now. I'm like, come on, man.
All you got to do is pick up the phone and say Kyle Drake.
They'll slide me in, you
Absolutely.
think? Okay, appreciate that.
Somebody listening now.
Right.
Guarantee
probably
within 48 hours, you're going to have somebody tap in and be like, we heard you was looking for, a spot at the kitchen, but you can't go anywhere. You booked.
I am booked. At least for the next month. Hey, I got breaking news regarding Domantas. Not yet, Jay. We got to take a break. Breaking news regarding Domantas Sabonis in the Cleveland Cavaliers game tomorrow. You're listening to The Drive, guys, on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Attention, citizens. A notorious outlaw is on the loose. Mo Leaks, a.k.a. the Water Bandit.
Just a little drip here and a little trickle there.
This slippery suspect is guilty of wasting 10% of your water, raising your bill, and stealing 90 gallons a day. Don't let him rob you. Fix those leaks during Fix a Leak Week.
Oh, man, I've been caught.
Stop Mo Leaks. Find and fix those leaks today. Learn more at roseville.ca.us/fix-a-leak.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter.
Save $11,000 off MSRP after rebates. Every new Silverado LT Turbo Max with Maida Chevy's exclusive all in-stock pricing.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area.
$11,000 off new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some of the offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by California Sun.
From the KCRA 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman. Sunny Wednesday morning, but cold again with valley temperatures in the upper 30s. Afternoon highs in the mid-60s with increasing clouds and a few showers around sunset. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
For your home internet, choose more speed and less frustration. Fidium Fiber Internet was built for reliability. It's perfect for streaming sports, watching TV, and working from home. Check out fidiumfiber.com for speeds up to 2 gigs.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Versatile, dynamic, and built for anything. Toyota SUVs are always up for adventure. The only question is, where to? Right now, get low financing on 2025 RAV4. Or shop Toyota's unbeatable lineup of hybrid SUVs like Grand Highlander Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, Toyota Crown Signia, and Land Cruiser. Hurry in. It's the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 3/31/25.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Consolidated Communications.
From the KCRA3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman. Sunny Wednesday morning, but cold again with valley temperatures in the upper 30s. Afternoon highs in the mid-60s with increasing clouds and a few showers around sunset. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Oh, Jay, if I wasn't into the NCAA tournament, I am now.
Come on now.
A final in Dayton, Ohio. Alabama State. Full court heave, Hail Mary, with 1 second left to win the game over St. Francis. One more look at this thing, Jay. We watching it live right now. Come on, man. That's like the Bears and Washington Hail Mary, right? Where it just gets tipped around and right place, right time.
Come on, Drapes.
Look at that.
I'm spicing your life up, big fella.
That's a heartbreaker for St. Francis.
Shots out to the Southern Western Athletic Conference. The SWAC, baby.
The Hornets
Southeastern.
Of the SWAC.
Yes, sir.
And if you're St. Francis, your season's over just like that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough, man.
Over.
That is tough. Shout out to Alabama State. All right, I'm in now.
They dancing, baby.
I'm in now.
They dancing.
Hey, just a note, too, on Thursday, we'll be at Tom's Watch Bar.
Yes, sir.
Come check us out.
Next Wednesday or next Thursday? What's the 26th?
This Thursday. No,
this Thursday, we at the Tom's Watch Bar.
Next Wednesday.
We in Stockton.
Exactly.
At the arena to watch the finale, the home game of the Stockton Kings, who are marching into the playoffs. They on a good beat.
Yeah.
They balling. They boys down there balling.
Keon Ellis bobblehead night.
Yes, it is. So, might give me one of those.
I was about to say, yeah, we got to pull up for that.
Yeah.
We definitely got to pull up for that. Hey, I said breaking news regarding Domantas Sabonis. If you're driving home right now, you haven't seen the news. He has been officially ruled out for tomorrow's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers with the right ankle sprain. Still no official timeline released by the Kings. I would imagine he got some imaging done today on that ankle. No official word from the organization that he is out tomorrow. That is the only thing we know right now, which we expect.
Yeah, definitely. The way he limped off yesterday was crucial. It was. But I'm hoping, because we didn't hear anything to the power of he's going to be gone indefinitely or something like that, then everything is still intact. No issues, no breaks, no fractures, none of that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, too, to your point. No Chris Haynes leak, no Shams.
I like that.
You like that? You
like
good with that?
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. Kate Draper dropping the news.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that.
We should be breaking that news.
I like that.
We should be delivering that news, or the organization. Don't be giving it to Chris Haynes, who's our guy, friend of the show.
Yeah,
love Chris.
For sure.
But something like this, come on, man. Give it to your people. But so no Domas. We don't know about Evan Mobley yet. First night of a back-to-back. He was questionable going into tonight's game against the Clippers. Looking at their up-to-date injury report also, and see if he's playing tonight. And if he is playing, I would imagine coming off a foot contusion, second night of a back-to-back, we could be catching a break when we face them tomorrow.
I like what I'm hearing.
You know what I mean? Right now, he's still at last check listed as questionable with right foot contusion. If you're the Cavs, you probably decide either we're going to play him tonight and sit him tomorrow, or sit him tonight, give him one more day. This is a massive game, Sacramento Kings fans, and it's a game I think we can win. Cleveland got the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah, them boys balling.
Them balling. Hey, Donovan Mitchell gonna come in hungry. We understand that. But like we've been saying all the last 4 hours, if this Kings team, like we saw last night, shows up tomorrow, I give us a chance. And then, Jay, that 5th most difficult schedule, you get past that with a win, lightens up. And I understand you got Boston, OKC, but in terms of the rest of the schedule, look at what we've accomplished here. You beat Memphis. That was one of the tough games.
Yeah, that was.
Houston. That was supposedly one of the tough
games.
Games. Tomorrow, you get this win, and now, so what? Your tough schedule is tough. You're handling your business.
You can steal one of the OKC, Cleveland, and/or Boston games. I'm ecstatic if you're taking care of the Bulls. You know those
Portland
teams. Portland's, yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And that's why I said earlier to start the show, 4-3 Sacramento is worse what I'm accepting on this homestand because you already got one of them. Like you said, Portland, you're better than. Team we see on Thursday, Chicago, we're better than. That's 3 wins right there. Just get one more. Whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's OKC, whether it's Boston.
You want
Cleveland.
the Boston one, though, right?
I do want that. I owe Cedric Maxwell one. Let's get Max on Monday, too.
Got you. I got you.
Let's get Max.
Yes,
we'll get Scal on also.
Oh, we got to get Scal.
Yeah,
you see him hooping against cats on the blacktop again?
Yes.
Dude, we got to get Scal on.
Yeah, we got to get. That was in New York. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Shout out to Jay, man, holding it down behind the boards. Appreciate you guys listening to us. It's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140. We're back with you tomorrow at 2.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food